99.7 FM.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the news at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and all affiliates across Ghana. You'll also find us on myjoyonline.com, on YouTube, X Spaces, and on Facebook. Coming up, Energy Ministry announces nationwide power disruption on Sunday as gas suppliers shut down plants for maintenance.
For maintenance works, we are likely to experience some interaction of power.
Also, MPP General Secretary backs NDC's call for removal of EC commissioners as they say the party won't oppose efforts to oust them over alleged incompetence.
Based on what is happening currently, I'm unable to even speak positively of the Electoral Commission. It's not a question of going to rewrite. It's about principle. You must have conviction.
In business, Star Oil consolidates position as market leader, overtaking Guel in new National Petroleum Authority data we'll share with you on the Joy Business Report.
In our climate focus series today, we'll tell you how plastic collectors in Accra are making a living from what the city throws away and filling a gap in its broken waste system.
We'll melt it, they'll take away black quality. I have sewa plate, sewa bowl, wachi plate. I've named it in Ghanaian way. I'm not going to do it like the Chinese people, they'll write chon chon on it.
I am Hannah Odame with the details of these headlines and more. Thanks for choosing us this morning. We are Joy News, independent, fearless and credible. We start off with the Minister for Energy and Green Transition, John Jinapor. He has announced a temporal disruption in power supply across the country on Sunday as gas suppliers ENI turn off their valves for rehabilitation. It's part of the company's measures to increase gas production. Speaking at a groundbreaking ceremony for the reconstruction of the 161 kV Nyumaso to Kumasi transmission line, the minister noted the increase in gas production is of gain to the sector despite the temporal inconvenience.
Because the plant will be turned off for that short period within the day, we are likely to experience some interaction of power. Please bear with us. We've done all the scenarios, we've done all the analysis. And based on the advice from the engineers, I've directed that we do not attempt to run those plants on liquid fuels for that short period because it involves changing nozzles, it involves a lot of work. And so if you are going to be off for about 4 to 6 hours, you don't risk it transitioning to liquid fuels only to come back to gas.
John Jinapor further announced works to improve the tariff setting mechanism for the power sector.
As part of efforts to bring about overall efficiency, we are working to involve the private sector in the distribution sector. And I want to encourage Ghanaian entrepreneurs to take an active interest in this project or program so that Ghanaians can continue to own the commanding heights of the economy. We are working to expand access to electricity, and I want to thank the finance minister in particular for his continued support. We are working to improve the tariff setting mechanism in collaboration with the PURC to bring about transparency and efficiency and digitize the sector.
Now, the General Secretary of the opposition New Patriotic Party, Justin Kojo, has backed calls by the NDC National Chairman, Johnson Asedu Nketia, that the EC chairperson and her deputies must be removed. Last month, Mr. Nketia asserted the EC commissioners have managed the office badly. In an interview with Evans Mensah on PM Express, the MPP General Secretary signaled his party will not obstruct any efforts to remove the EC commissioners.
It's not a question of going to rewrite. It's about principle. So tomorrow you go to elections and you win. And this same body comes to tell you that based on whatever reasons, they think you should go for a rewrite.
I mean, Johnson Asedu Nketia says the Electoral Commission is incompetent. They need to be reset. They are not fit for purpose. You must certainly agree now, considering your grievance with the East Electoral Commission, or you disagree still?
Well, based on what is happening currently, I'm unable to even speak positively of the Electoral Commission.
In other stories, government is assuring Ghanaians that beyond generating foreign exchange and revenue, the Gold Board is also investing in land reclamation and ecological restoration programs such as the Blue Water and Tree for Life. Speaking at the launch of the Gold Board Task Force to combat gold smuggling and illegal trading, President Mahama revealed Ghana has generated approximately $5 billion from exporting 51.5 tons of gold from the small-scale mining sector since January. Now, he says that surpasses large-scale mining exports for the first time in the country's history. Presidential Affairs correspondent Maxwell Agbaba has more from the launch.
Brimming with determination, the newly formed Gold Board Task Force was inaugurated by President Mahama with a clear mandate to take the fight to gold smugglers nationwide. In his speech, President Mahama declared that the time has come for Ghanaians to also own gold mines and take full control of the country's mineral wealth. He says his administration is determined to work with Ghanaians who have the resources to invest in the mining sector.
And indeed, other resources. We are discovering many other minerals in Ghana. And we believe that Ghanaians must be the first beneficiaries of the natural resource blessing that God has given us. So gold is just one example. We're going to make sure that in other minerals, Ghanaians play a leading role in terms of our mineral exploitation. The time has come for Ghanaians to also own gold mines and produce gold for export.
President Mahama said a 10% reward will be paid in seized gold or other cash value to whistleblowers who help expose and dismantle gold smuggling networks.
Now this is the sweetest one. Informants are eligible to receive 10% of the seized gold or cash value.
We stay on the president. Now, he's commissioned a 9-member transitional management committee to oversee the transfer of operational control of the University of Ghana Medical Center to the University of Ghana. Speaking at the inauguration, President Mahama stressed the importance of transferring the UGMC into a world-class teaching hospital.
This is not a mere administrative action. It is a strategic alignment designed to promote synergy between clinical service delivery, teaching, and research, to enhance institutional efficiency through harmonized leadership and resource management, to encourage interdisciplinary collaboration between medical professionals, researchers, and academics, and most importantly, to create a truly world-class teaching hospital that serves the needs of both Ghana and the wider West African sub-region.
In Accra's cables and wireless area, plastic waste is a way of life. Here, the men and women dig through what the city throws away. They collect, sort, crush, and sell them, turning trash into income, one bottle at a time. In our Climate Focus series today, Emefa Aditi tells the story of how their work puts food on the table and also keeps plastics off the streets. Her report is read to you.
In the cables and wireless area of Accra, a small but important recycling hub is giving plastic waste a second life.
This one will melt it, they will do take away, black quality.
Interesting. Al Hassan is a local recycler. Every day, he collects plastics from across the city, crushes it into raw chips, and sells them to manufacturers.
Because of this job, my picking gets scholarship for outside. Because of this job, I build my own house with wife with 2 kids.
Portia is one of the many women who sort plastics by hand. Nana Kofi Hinaku, who runs Star Plastics and Alinko, buys recycled plastics to produce household and construction items.
I have sewa plate, I have sewa bowl, I have adoa, I have ristodia, I have wache plate. I've named it in Ghanaian way because I'm not going to do it like the Chinese people. They'll write Tinchonchon on it.
The effort may be small scale, but they are making a big difference in reducing pollution and protecting the environment. Emefa Aditi's report for Joy News.
Climate Focus is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging gaps for positive youth development, and the Climate Development Knowledge Network.
And that's it for the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. Thanks for your company. Keep your dials locked on your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM. Have a great morning.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Ah, go me. I want time where you can't park where I don't hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Yo, Anna. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
See, your rich auntie gets more from Absa. Your childhood friend gets more from Absa. Your favorite uncle gets more from Absa. Your roommates gets more from Absa. Digital solutions get more from Absa. Rewards be bring get more from Absa. 5-star treatment get more from Absa. Preferential rates get more from Absa. Easy banking and no ane Absa. Instant loans and no ane Absa. Bank papa party and no ane Absa. NTK account and get more from Absa. Yes! Join thousands of Absa customers enjoying priority treatment, preferential rates, amazing rewards, and seamless digital solutions to help you write the next big chapter of your story. Sign up for an Absa account today and get more. Your story matters. Absa.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush the clean and bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent, cavity protection.
This advert is FDA approved.
Let me share my experience with you at the new Aqua Safari Resort. When you arrive, you're greeted by warm smiles and introduced to your 24-hour butler who already has your itinerary sorted. Enjoy water sports activities like jet ski rides, kayaking, water sliding, flyboarding, and castanet fishing. You can even have your lunch here on the boat cruise. Let the tour guides take you through the sceneries of the mangrove forest, the friendliness of the animals, while you pet and feed them. We chose to have our breakfast with a beautiful sunrise right in front of our cabin.
Visit Aqua Safari Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesiye promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Kasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesiye promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Reliable, check. Comfort, check. Strong, check. Tough, check. Tried and tested, check. Affordable, check. Comes in so many colors and sizes, check. Suitable for domestic and industrial use, check. Choose quality, choose Syntex Tank. Available nationwide and comes with 7-year warranty. And remember, Syntex Tank is a caring brand too. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
another bank.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Absa Bank Ghana Limited. Your story matters. And Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Coming up is the Joy Business Report, brought to us by MNC Properties, a member of MNC Group, MNC Properties, Choice of Class, and Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature. And then Omnibus Bank, not just another bank. Akbafu.
Hey, morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, man?
I'm great. You?
As you can see, God is taking care of his children.
Yeah, on this wet Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
I kind of like the weather. I don't know, but...
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, and the fact that it's drizzling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's always cold, actually. I mean, I like the fact that when you sleep these days, you don't worry about your air condition.
Mm-hmm. You save some money.
Yeah. So that's good. It actually reminds me of what the former MD for ECG, Samodubik Mahama, said, that when the weather is cold, people don't consume electricity. It is true.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, saving some money.
Yeah, that's good. But of course, this morning we're talking about roads. We're talking about Azumah Resources and ENP. So what's really the situation? Are the hands of Azumah Resources being twisted in favor of the president's brother? Or Azumah Resources is just playing the victim to court sympathy from Ghanaians? What's the situation?
Will be interesting to find out.
Yes, this morning we're going to find out here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. But this morning also, Daryl, I want us to do something. So we're told that the Ministry of Roads and Highways, government owes road contractors some 21 billion Ghana cedis. And there are plans to have additional works totaling some 100 billion maybe. Okay. So, where are these roads? When are they likely to be paid? And I'm sure if you're among those who use the Nsaman Pokwasi road, you're definitely interested in this conversation here on the Super Morning Show. We're going to get into it.
Yeah.
But also this morning, I ask a simple question. Is the intervention of the Bank of Ghana in the forex market too much, warranting the IMF to say, hold on a minute, reduce that influence in there? What has the Bank of Ghana been doing?
Hasn't that been the concern for some time now? The fact that the Bank of Ghana is always intervening. Well, interestingly, we had a conversation about this where, Deloitte, for instance, was talking about, coordination between the monetary side and the fiscal side. So then again, what is government doing to ensure that, for instance, we are cutting down on imports rather, and exporting more, which is fundamental in stabilizing the city, for instance. So, these are some of the conversations you should have.
Really, we'll talk about this. But if, you have dollars in this country, and people need dollars, what do you do? Why? What's the problem? If you have a gold board, if you have a gold board, that's got it. And the IMF actually references the commodity prices, gold prices, and how it's helping. Okay, and they've talked about oil, for instance, because when it comes to oil, you have the price of oil, a bit stable around the 60s. It gets into the 70s, it gets back to 60 something. So you know that you may not need so much dollars to acquire these. All of it would go in a long way in helping us. Anyway, we'll get into that conversation. But of course, our friends from GRA are joining us. We're having a conversation about the modified taxation scheme here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. So it's a packed show for this morning. And as always, we do this with you. So get on to X, use the hashtag JoySMS, and then on WhatsApp, 055 1111997. Who gets a trumpet today?
Well, I like that we randomly pick people and then celebrate them. And so yesterday I met Jemima Ikuya Amankwa, who is a fan of the Super Morning Show and Joy 99.7 FM. I'm not saying where she works for security reasons, but
of course.
Yeah, she's excited to listen every morning and to keep her dials on Joy 99.7 FM. So a trumpet salute for her after we acknowledge ECG.
Of course, the trumpet on the Super Morning Show brought to us by ECG. Follow at ECG Official on all social media handles. Download the ECG Power app and go to ecg.com.gh for more information.
All right, so for Jemima Ikuya Amankwa, trumpets. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, Star Oil consolidates position as market leader, overtaking Guel in new National Petroleum Authority data. Also coming up, economist Courage Buti optimistic about Citi's fortunes after record import cover for the country. Plus, Bank of Ghana likely to achieve much talked about single-digit inflation even before the end of this year, according to projections from industry players. Details coming up. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidon on KT Radio. First up, Star Oil has consolidated its position as market leader in the retail of petroleum products. Now, this contained in the May ending performance statistics of oil marketing companies. Here's more in this report.
Star Oil over the past year had been showing some signs of leading the market when it comes to products sold in a month. However, it appears the firm is moving from just 1 month to even a quarter when it comes to leading the oil marketing space in the industry. Latest data from the National Petroleum Authority showed that from January to May this year, it sold more than 333 million litres of petroleum products, that is petrol and diesel put together, compared to Guel's own of 267 million litres of petroleum products from January to May this year. It was followed by Total Energies with 149 million litres of petroleum products. In terms of rankings, that is the top 5 oil marketing companies in the country. In terms of products sold, Star Oil came on top, followed by Guel, and then Total Energies, Solar Vivo Energy, another local oil firm, that is Zen Petroleum. The data has also shown some interesting dynamics and shifts when it comes to the oil marketing companies in the country. Now, firms like Mori Oil, Frems, Benab Oil are all making some strong showing in this new data from the National Petroleum Authority. In terms of consumption, from January to May this year, more than 2 billion litres of petroleum products were consumed by motorists in the country.
Now, economist Courage Buti is optimistic about the fortunes of the Ghana cedi after President John Mahama revealed that the country's reserves have reached 6 months of import cover and could hit 10 months soon. Mr. Buti says the development shows that the local currency's performance can be sustained in the long term.
I have been asking myself this question that why did we not, all this while as a nation, consider gold as a viable way of building reserve? And whoever brought that idea, starting with the Gold for Reserve, the Bank of Ghana Gold Purchase Program, now to the Gold Board and the initiatives around it to own that segment of the small-scale market, stop illicit outflow of gold without the nation benefiting and all that. It appears to be a masterstroke. And if we continue on this tangent, yes, we should build resilience against external shocks. The thing, though, is this. Today, gold price is very strong and very high. And so we have reserves at those levels. If prices revert, and it's because of geopolitics and all that, if prices revert to mean where gold is known to be around the $17,700 per ton to $2,000 per ton levels, you would see a sharp contraction in your reserve. So it pays that we build enough.
You had Courage Buti, an economist with GCB Bank PLC. Now, the much talked about single-digit inflation could soon be achieved even before the end of this year. That's the view of some economists, analysts, and Bank of Ghana officials that Joy Business has engaged. Here's more.
Inflation for the month of June has dropped significantly to 13.7%. Now, the Bank of Ghana is hoping to end the year with an inflation rate of 12%. But we're just 5 months before the end of this year. All these persons and analysts that we have engaged are arguing that it could take some serious misfortune for us to miss out on this single-digit inflation by the end of this year. Now, for some of them, they are basing their projection on the fact that we are even yet to get to the proper harvest season, and how that could affect the prices of foodstuffs to even go down and its overall impact on inflation in the coming weeks. Well, for some, all these developments should encourage the Bank of Ghana to cut its policy rate when it begins meeting on its new Monetary Policy Committee meeting date, that is from Monday, July 28 to July 30, 2025.
Well, government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idrisu believes the government can perform better than the projected 11.9% by end of year.
Because the prices, as I mentioned, are a function of a number of variables, some of which government has control on, others are external forces. So, for example, if you take exchange rate, if the exchange rate continue to depreciate, it will definitely impact on inflation, both largely directly on imported inflation, but also on local inflation, especially inflation that relates to items which has inputs which are imported into the country. So it means that managing the exchange rate effectively is extremely important to stay the course.
You had government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idrisu. Tax consultant Francis Timoboy has proposed a reform of the COVID levy. He is of the view that the finance minister can take the bold initiative in the media budget presentation later this month. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Timoboy said reforming and renaming the tax to specifically support healthcare will be a better move.
Some of us have proposed a middle ground. Instead of scrapping the levy completely, it should be reformed, make it more input deductible, reduce the rate from, let's say, 1% to maybe 0.5% or even 0.2%, and then redirect it to the Mahama Care initiatives, which for some of us is a very important health care, which if we don't take care and look for consistent funding, it will not be successful. Because if you look at the proposed measures, we are told that government will do some allocation to the Mahama Care. And
you had a tax consultant Francis Timoboy. Now, Chief Executive of the Tourism Development Company, Professor Kobi Mensah, has maintained the sector could soon be a major earner for the country with little support. This after the 2024 tourism report showed that Ghana earned $4.8 billion from international visitors and tourists. Professor Mensah says the sector could help turn around the fortunes of the economy.
But we are of firm belief that perhaps tourism could be number one. And in fact, if we support the sector with the necessary, injections, necessary investment, necessary support, we're likely to hit record numbers in terms of receipts, in terms of, visits, and the country would definitely benefit. Of course, not to talk about, not to leave out the employment that it creates. This is a twin sector, tourism and hospitality. And so if you invest heavily, I'm sure the country will benefit. So we need a lot more investment into the space, and I'm sure we can do better than these numbers.
Professor Kobi Mensah there, he's Chief Executive of the Ghana Tourism Development Company. You're listening to the Joy Business Report. Bernard Ofori is reeling in more than just catfish these days. The founder of the Catfish Grill is expanding his signature menu with bold, flavor-packed fish recipes that reflect both his roots and his growing ambition. From spicy tilapia skewers to smoky seafood recipes and crispy sandwiches, Bernard is diving deeper into Ghana's rich culinary waters, and customers are hungry for more. Here's a story on the Joy Business Van. From humble beginnings with a simple grill and a simple goal to serve the best catfish in town, the Catfish Grill was born.
In the beginning, most people know catfish as a Nigerian dish. So I had to create something which is more of a Ghanaian palate. And in Ghana, we like our sauces, we like our soups, and we like our meat and fish. So it was like, okay, what can we have with it? So initially it was fried yam and banku. Then we thought, okay, let's add eba, let's add acheke, let's add sweet potatoes. So now we have a variety, and actually a lot of people have it with just plain rice.
It not only has the kitchen expanded, the menu has expanded too.
The reason why the menu has expanded is because we've added more items to it. Now we've added different types of fish, and we've added different types of cooking. So now you are not only just foil baking, we are grilling, we are frying, we are cooking, we're making stews, we're making curries, we're stir frying. So all of that is available now. We're making sandwiches. So each area of the kitchen has a specific purpose.
All right, from grill to greatness, catch the story of the Catfish Grill on the Joy Business Van. That's at 1 p.m. right after the Joy Business Report, 5 p.m. on Business Live on the Joy News channel. Before we go look at the markets, crude oil selling this morning at $69 a barrel. Gold went down marginally, trading this morning at $3,290 an ounce. Cocoa going for $8,000 a ton after losing more than $100. On the currency market, the dollar going for 12 cedis 30 pesos. That's what some forex bureaus are offering their clients. The British pound at 16 cedis 70 pesos. The euro going for 14 cedis 10 pesos. The commercial banks quoting the dollar at 10 cedis 40 pesos. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. As we talk about the Bank of Ghana's intervention in the forex market. These are interesting numbers to watch.
Exactly, Daryl. Thank you very much for joining us. It means we can bring you an inspirational song for today. And it's A God Like You by Kirk Franklin.
Okay. Looks like the guys are listening to me.
Okay. Let's enjoy it. That's our inspirational one for today.
How y'all doing this evening? How y'all doing this evening? Do y'all want that bounce? Do y'all want that bounce? I say, do y'all want that bounce? That bounce?
Everybody wanna be like you. They want power and praise like you. But see, there is no God like our God. There's no one like who gave their life like you and who paid our price like you. Say, there's only one God. That's our God. There's no one like you. First, who can touch like you or heal us like you do? We stumble and we stray, still you always get us through. Who makes all things new and comes to our rescue? Death, hell, and the grave, they could not conquer you. Became just like me to unlock and set free. This prisoner that was deeply wounded and redeemed. The me I could not see.
Clap your hands, y'all, 'cause
everybody wanna be like you. They want power and praise like you. But see, there is no God like our God. There's no one like you who gave their life like you and who paid our price like you. There's only one God. That's our God. There's no one like you. Some may worship things, but what joy do they bring? They try and hide the stain,
but they can't.
But can they set us free?
See where
would we be without Calvary? A king upon a tree,
so the whole world can see.
The whole world can see
that
you became just like me to unlock and set free. This prisoner that was deeply wounded and redeemed. The me I could not see.
I need for y'all to bounce with me, 'cause everybody
wanna be like you. They want power and praise like you.
but they can't have it.
There is no God.
There's only one God. Can I get a witness?
There's no one like you. Who gave their life like
Who else died for you?
Who paid our price
Who paid the
like
price for you?
There's only
one.
That's our God.
Bridge.
There's no one like you.
Make some noise, y'all.
Savior, Counselor, friend, provider.
And that's our inspirational song here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. A God Like You.
Yep.
Good morning, Blessed.
Good morning.
Champion SB.
Yeah.
He says, yeah.
No size. You're making me feel like a politician this morning.
No size.
You know these guys who usually come around when you're doing interviews, outside there, and then when your guest is done, and champion general secretary, champion man, no size. But on the day of the elections, then they will show you the peer delegates.
That business, no, only one person has been able to do it profitably.
Apia Stadium, champion Apia Stadium.
Yes, the business of hype men, political hype men.
But it's a very essential part of politics. You need the hype too. You need the hype. Kakra.
Oh my goodness!
So when you are SP, when you enter dining hall, then they'll be giving you fans. Blaze. You like that thing. You like fans. You fear delegate too.
Anyway. That's good. Champion SP.
Yes.
When you go for funerals in your hometown, you see that is when there's time for elections. Anybody they see coming from Accra, honorable. They're giving you hype. Charlie, you make a mistake and come. That's when you see your smoothness level. Anyway, let's get into the Drive Safe campaign.
It is brought to you by Joy News and the multimedia group supported by Toyota Superior Quality. Avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road, hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on. That's how you ensure your safe arrival. It's raining this morning, so all I want to tell you is be careful when it rains, especially. So it's raining in Accra. I don't know if it's raining in Kumasi yet. When it rains, friction reduces, so you need to be careful. You're speeding, you're turning, everything. Just friction and visibility are affected, so just be extra careful on the road this morning, wherever you are. If you are in the north and it's raining there, the same applies to you, especially those of you who don't have good roads. If you're driving in mud, it's not a good experience and it's not safe, so just be careful.
Great, which means we can now learn how to say it right. It's brought to us by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
Blessed and Kojo.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday we did what? The PEPPER, right?
Yeah. Don't remind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about we do TOMATO?
TOMATO.
Yeah.
Intos.
But I know that's how you say it in your local language. I didn't ask you to give me that in your local language.
It is intos.
Blessed. Let's try. Let's give it a try.
Toma.
Clue. The first O is certainly not pronounced as O.
Oh.
Yes. Tomato. Yes. You see,
pepper.
Tomato. Yes, you see, and if you are in America, you say tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato. But this is it. You see, the vowel there again is the vowel 12. You see, vowel 12. Like how you say community.
Okay.
Community. So tomato. Yes. But the O at the end is not pronounced as how we will say O and leave it. O. So tomato. Tomato. So that's how you pronounce it. Tomato.
I can tell you for a fact that if you go to the market and you don't say tomato,
pepper,
and then you do your tomato and pepper,
I am teaching you.
You pay 12 more CDs.
You see, small boy, you don't know that thing. I am teaching you the thing.
Yes, but don't say that in the market.
We're learning a bit of phonetics. These days, tomato is, and you're good to go. The Americans say tomato. So they would have they'll change it to, instead of the R, it becomes A. So tomato, while the British would say tomato.
So you see the first O.
Yes.
It's not
pronounced as O. No.
So you have to take your time.
You have to take your time. You have to take your time, like the sound that you'd have at the end of pepper, for us. So it's tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah. Close your mouth a little bit and then say it. So that's how you say it, right?
Good morning, sir.
Thank
you, sir.
That's how you say it. I told you that my lecturer called those days Dr. Totu. That's how he pronounces his name. So don't let no one come and tell me that that's not the name, Dr. Toto. He says, those times when he comes to class, he doesn't open his mouth. He makes it very, romantic. And in those days when we were studying English, the conversation was always about the fact that how do you distinguish a physicist from a student of English?
Yes,
it's how you speak.
Yes.
He would give you all the...
How do you distinguish a breacher from a student of English?
On that note, let us get to the newspaper review. And it's brought to us by Syntex Tanker, you're stronger, you're tough. And Access Bank, more than banking. And then Kel Chaco toothpaste, happy smile.
The custodian, Akufo-Addo Bawumia, mourns Kumi's death, still reeling under that sad story of the death of Kotia MP NS Kumi. Then NPP rejects Ablekuma North rerun. Jail 2.4 million fine awaits gold smugglers. That's according to President John Dramani Mahama as he inaugurates the Gold Board Task Force. He says the best part is you get 10%.
And I don't know why boys are focusing on that.
10% in gold or cash.
Cash.
You want the cash. You don't want the gold.
Well, no. I mean, you can decide. I don't know. Maybe gold. I'm not sure. How would I sell the gold? I still would have to go through a licensed person to sell it. So you just take the cash, and then you're good to go.
Yes. Then there's also the talk about MIDA to promote Grow 24. Comes to the picture of Alex Mode, who is the CEO of MIDA. So that story, of course, Kojo was breaking down yesterday and talking about how they want to feed into the broad plan of the 24-hour economic policy. The big fight, Azumah and ENP over $100 million Black Volta gold mine. That story is also on the front page of the Custodian, and by now I'm sure that many have heard about it. The fact that the president's brother and some other mining firms are clashing over this $100 million facility that's been given to ENP.
On the front page of the Daily Graphic, report illegal gold dealers for reward. President John Dramani Mahama speaking. He spoke at the inauguration of the Gold Board Task Force yesterday. Government releases 4 billion Ghana cedis to pay road contractors. This is the Minister of Roads and Highways. And he says that the big push component of roads has also been done, and they'll be rolling that out very, very soon. Trade Ministry holds national dialogue on first agribusiness policy. That's also on the front page of the Daily Graphic. And President commiserates with the U.S. government on the Texas flooding.
Okay, so here we go. I was talking about the 10%. The Daily Guide newspaper is talking about it as well. 10% seized gold or cash for informants. I just hope it would not be the same case as those who report to the police, because sometimes you give the lead, you give the tip, and when the money comes, they give you a number of forms to fill out. I just hope this one will be a simplified process. CJ suspension. Looks like the embattled Chief Justice is going to now the ECOWAS court. So details of that story is on page 3 of the Daily Guide. You can check out details on why she believes her human rights is being violated. NPP is going to court over the Ablekuma North rerun. Comes with a picture of Justin Kodia Frimpong, who's the General Secretary of the NPP. He's been speaking to Evans Mensah, also appearing to back Johnson Asidu Nketia on the call that the EC commissioners must go. Interesting times. Bawumia, Parliament mourn late Akwetia MP, and the fight is on again here on the Daily Guide. ENP Azumah Gold Resources, the inside story. So the Daily Guide has a bit more details on that as well.
The Ghanaian Times, road construction bounces back 4 billion Ghana cedis ready for contractors. This is the Minister of the Sector. Suspended CJ goes to ECOWAS court, and President announces 10% reward for whistleblowers.
The Publisher, gold and cash rewards for sellouts. Gold Board Task Force hits road, wearing some body cameras as well. Akwetia MP is still being mourned here on the front page of the Publisher. And suspended CJ files new case at the ECOWAS court.
And the Ghanaian Publisher, Forex Stability, Mahama Lord's Gold Board's impact. And on Forex, there's a story on my journal I will bring to you later, which says the IMF is advising the government not to play too much in the forex space, right? We'll give you that story. Nanado Baumia, NPP Mon Akwetia MP, and Afenyo Markin Ayariga clash over dispatch box in Parliament. The NPP drags EC to court over Ablekuma North rerun.
Okay, inside ENP, Azumah field over 100 to $300 million gold mine. That's according to the news center. They are also talking about that story. Then the 10% tip-off reward comes with a picture of Sami Jemfi, the finance minister, and the lands minister, as well as the president. 16 dead, 110 injured, 3,595 fires in just the 6 months. That's according to the Ghana National Fire Service. So the news center is talking about that, and GMP denies fraud, seeks arbitration and transparency. Some have developments in the petroleum sector as well on the front page of the news center.
Okay, which means we can get into the online news review, and it's brought to us by Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
And of course, you can get paid smarter with Zenith Bank Merchant Pay. Running a business, make receiving payments fast, easy, and stress-free with Zenith Merchant Pay, the similar solution for your SMEs and also corporates. So with the Zenith Bank Merchant Pay, you get to receive payments via mobile money, QR code, bank transfer, and also by dialing star 966 hash and Zenith Bank's USSD. You're receiving all of that money in real time. Also enjoy instant pay alerts and quick settlements, as well as easy reconciliations. So no delays at all, no stress. Just sign up for the Zenith Merchant Bank today at any Zenith Bank branch near you and enjoy fast, secure, and instant payments as well anywhere in Ghana. Zenith Bank is working in your best interest.
Okay, so let's go to My Joy Online. We won't be distracted by noise. Azumah Resources blast EMP in escalating gold mine issue. $100 million deal is business, not politics. This is engineers and planners. Azumah Resources says that EMP's $250 million funding promise was just talk. If you go to the Central Tongue area, please exhume multiple human remains in Central Tongue Shrine. And NPP drags EC to court for contempt in Ablekuma North dispute. Suspended CJ sues Ghana at ECOWAS court over alleged human rights abuse. And there's this interesting story which has attracted a lot of comments online. Former British PM Rishi Sunak takes job at Goldman Sachs. It's a story on the front page of My Joy Online, and people are asking, where do Ghanaian politicians retire to? When they retire, where do they go? That's an interesting thing there. And other people are also asking, he is a politically exposed person. Why would Goldman Sachs agree to work with him at that high level? So those are some of the stories on My Joy Online. There was this story also about IMF urging us to be careful in the forex space. That's also one of the stories that has been making the rounds online. Let me take you to citynewsroom.com. And they also have a lot of stories. This story here says that high gold prices to boost Ghana's exports, ease inflation. This is according to Fitch. On the gold deal, Bobby Banson says Iberia Capital not party to Black Volta gold deal. Bobby Banson is a lawyer for one of the parties in this particular issue. Ablekuma North rerun, NDC confident of victory, slams NPP candidate. And Kaswa Winneba Highway robbery suspect jailed 25 years. Gold government scraps 1D1F, shifts focus to agro-processing parks under 24-hour economy. And Health Ministry pledges catheterization lab for Konfanochi Teaching Hospital following the doctor's death. So those are some stories on City Newsroom. And if you go to the BNFT front page, tourism breaks record. We brought you this story yesterday. And Cocoa Board introduces balanced scorecard approach to transform the cocoa sector performance. So those are some stories. And energy, cocoa sectors require urgent, decisive actions. This is according to the IMF. Winston.
Great, which means we can get into the details of the papers. Let's do that. Let's start with you.
And obviously, there's this talk about the 10%, which will obviously accrue to you if you are an informant to the Gold Board in terms of the task force that they've actually set up. Because now we know that President John Dramani Mahama has announced a bold initiative scheme that will see whistleblowers receive 10% of all illegally acquired gold or its cash equivalent recovered through their credible informations. Now, this major announcement was made during the official launch of the Ghana Gold Board Task Force in Accra, a move President described as a decisive step towards reclaiming Ghana's mineral wealth from the grip of illegal operators and smugglers. Quote, whistleblowers channels are in place with informants eligible to receive up to 10% of the seized gold or its cash value. So that's an instructive one. Yes.
Up to.
Yes, up to. But it's still.
That's the clarification.
We're expecting 10%.
No, it's not up to. Up to 10%. It means that it depends on the value. I mean,
no. It says. Let me just quote that.
Okay.
Whistleblowers channels are in place with informants eligible to receive 10%.
Okay, that's
not up to.
Because
to receive 10%.
Yeah, that's good.
Of the seized gold or its cash
yes,
value.
That's more like it.
So you have an option either to go in for the cash or the gold.
And on the Gold Board, the forex stability, the president has lauded the Ghana Gold Board for achieving $5 billion in gold exports within the first 5 months of its establishment, attributing the impressive milestone to ongoing reforms in the small-scale sector. He described the feat as a historic moment in Ghana's gold trade, pointing to the country's renewed capacity to retain the value from its natural resources. Now, on forex, reduce interventions in the forex market. This is IMF to the Bank of Ghana. This story is on my Joy Online. The story says the IMF Executive Board on July 7 concluded its fourth review of Ghana's ongoing 18th IMF program, which began in May 2023. Completion of the review unlocks a new disbursement of $367 million, bringing the total support under the program to $2.3 billion. Now, this is a positive development for the Ghanaian cedi. Now, however, the IMF is urging the Bank of Ghana to reduce its interventions in the foreign exchange market. In its post-review statement, IMF's Deputy Managing Director, Bo Lee, urged the central bank to reduce its footprint in the foreign exchange market and to allow for greater exchange rate flexibility. Now, on that, Dr. Johnson Isiama, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, has reaffirmed the central bank's commitment to protecting the value of the cedi and strengthening public trust in the national currency. He was speaking at the internal launch of the cedi's 60th anniversary celebration of the Bank of at the Bank Square, and he noted that the bank has over the years implemented key reforms to preserve monetary stability. And so that's something for you on the cedi.
No, but you see, there's a quote here. It says the bank has strengthened our inflation targeting framework, enhanced regulatory oversight, and embraced innovation across payment systems. We must ensure that future generations inherit not just a stable currency, but a stronger, more respected economy, he stated. Kojo, we've always talked about the fact that our monetary policies inflation targeted, isn't it? Now, the Bank of Ghana in charge of monetary, and then the Ministry of Finance will do the fiscal. Now, when we want to target inflation, as a people that have in the past said that inflation was imported inflation, and it was because of a depreciating Ghana cedi, what can we do? Why, if we have dollars, I'm just asking, because we'll get back to this issue later.
Yeah.
If we have dollars and all the things we have done in the past, even the gold for oil, were all aimed at reducing the impact of the depreciating Ghana cedi on the Ghanaian economy. So if today gold prices are going up, and last year our total gold sales was about $10 billion. This year, that's total gold sales. This year, in just 5 months, we have $5 billion. And we've not added exports from even the large-scale mining firms. It means that we're doing well. Now, why do we go into agreements, for instance, with large mining companies to bring a percentage of their earnings into the Ghanaian economy? Because we need the dollars. Now, if we sell and it comes into the economy, and the Bank of Ghana decides that, okay, I've got the dollars. I put it in the economy to make sure that it's able to reduce inflation and all of that to stabilize the Ghana city. Look, I'm a consumer. I'm a consumer. I look out for things that would
that are in your interest.
That are in my interest.
That makes life better.
That's it.
And business grow.
That's it.
And the economy stable.
I think.
I mean, yes, I know that. I know there've been concerns about, from the finance minister's point of view, that you've not been spending. So if you spend and people have more money, maybe their demands may be higher, and if they are not able to meet their demands, this may go up. But as for the Bank of Ghana getting, if they have the dollars and they want to pump it into the economy to make sure that the city is strong, my brother, I am all for it.
Well, I guess that's why the president is also advocating for more Ghanaian ownership when it comes to the mining sector. In fact, there's one happening, but it's bringing up a lot of controversy. That's the EMP Black Volta gold mine. The Custodian and the Daily Guide appear to be talking about that. They are talking about the fact that intriguing details are emerging about the raging controversy between Azumah Resources Ghana Limited and also Engineers and Planners Limited, that's CMP, over the ownership of a 100 million Black Volta gold mine located in Wa in the Upper West region. Now, Azumah Resources has declared that it was not party to any Black Volta gold project by ENP, insisting that it is still the whole owner of this mine. Azumah Resources Ghana Limited wishes to formally distance itself from a document currently circulating in the media purported to be an invitation to a facility agreement signing ceremony, EMP acquisition of the Black Volta gold project, quote and unquote. So that's the claim of this company, Azumah Resources. But EMP has also been denying the allegations. They've been addressing that in the Daily Guide because they say the allegations are false, and they continue to list a number of reasons why they believe that they still are deserving of this facility.
So which company was given a prospecting license to go to that area to prospect for gold? Which company has been given a license to mine and develop a mine in that area? All right, that's the question number one. Which company does the state have a formal relationship with respect to that particular concession? Maybe when we answer that, we will know the primary parties and then also know what the secondary parties and the future of the mine is.
Kojo, we have answers to these questions and we'll answer them in the course of the show. But for now, let's get into other stories. We'll answer them. We have answers to these questions and we'll answer them.
There's a big story for me. Scholarships Authority Bill goes before Parliament, targets eliminating cronyism and nepotism. This story is on my joint line. Minister for Education Harun Idrisu has laid before Parliament the Ghana Scholarships Authority Bill, a legislative proposal aimed at transforming the country's scholarship system and eliminating what he described as widespread cronyism and nepotism in the current regime. Presenting the bill to the House, Mr. Idrisu conceded that the existing structure for awarding government scholarships lacks fairness and transparency, often favoring individuals based on connections rather than merit or need. So the new Scholarship Authority Bill has been laid in Parliament. We are following that up to see how that is going to change the way we award scholarships. And what is the ministry doing about those stranded abroad? We need a statement on that. We need direction on that.
Exactly. But now we can get into the BBC News, and the BBC News is brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
All the stories that matter, wherever you are.
Plenty more news on this and more ahead.
Take a look at the world beyond the headlines.
That's the latest.
Do join us again.
News from the BBC World Service. Business Daily is in 30 minutes.
Does a university education still guarantee you a well-paid job? It's been the path to prosperity for hundreds of thousands of youngsters. But with the cost of university rising and job prospects diminishing, is that still the case?
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up from the BBC World Service, The Interview, conversations with people shaping our world, with me, BBC correspondent Nick Beake. For this episode of The Interview, I talked to Keith Siegel. Mr. Siegel was one of 251 hostages taken by Hamas in October 2023, in the attack that killed 1,200 and triggered the war in Gaza, in which tens of thousands of Palestinians have been killed. Mr. Siegel was released in February after almost 500 days in captivity. Months on from his release, he says he remains haunted by the threats and level of violence he and other hostages faced. Some listeners may find his account of what happened disturbing.
I spent time with terrorists that were very unstable. All of a sudden, out of the blue, just became violent, agitated, and cruel. Very cruel.
Keith Siegel. Hear more on The Interview after the news.
Hello, I'm Govinda Gill with the BBC News. A BBC investigations found the former Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina, authorised her security forces to use lethal force against protesters last summer. An estimated 1,400 people were killed and 12,000 injured in student protests against a new law restricting access to government jobs. In a leaked audio recording, which has been verified by the BBC, Sheikh Hasina is heard saying she has sanctioned her security forces to shoot protesters wherever they were found. Riddhi Jha reports.
On the 5th of August last year, Sheikh Hasina resigned as Prime Minister and fled the country, but the killings by the security forces continued. Many protests took place in the Jatabari area of the capital, Dhaka. BBC Eye found that police there had fired indiscriminately for 30 minutes. At least 52 protesters and 6 police officers were killed that day. It was one of the worst incidents of police violence in the country's history. Sheikh Hasina has now been charged by the authorities in Bangladesh with crimes against humanity. A spokesperson for Hasina's Awami League party categorically denied claims that the Prime Minister was personally responsible for or directed the use of lethal force against crowds. The Bangladesh police says it deeply regrets what happened and has launched criminal investigations.
The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that his unscheduled meeting with Donald Trump at the White House focused on freeing the hostages still being held in Gaza. Our Middle East regional editor Sebastian Usher has the latest.
In his latest comments, the Israeli Prime Minister repeated that the elimination of Hamas's military and governing capabilities remains his principal objective, alongside the release of all the remaining hostages. But it's unclear if much progress has so far been made after 3 days of talks in Doha. A Palestinian official with knowledge of the negotiations has told the BBC that they remain stalled, with one key sticking point being over how aid should be delivered during any ceasefire.
At least 2 people have died and dozens more have been injured in a series of earthquakes in Guatemala. These people are from the town of Santa Maria de Jesus, roughly 50 kilometers outside the capital, Guatemala City.
Everything got destroyed inside due to the force. The walls cracked, the floor cracked. All our belongings were destroyed. By the grace and mercy of God, the houses didn't collapse, but everything inside got destroyed.
There are a lot of houses destroyed and monuments. Practically 600 houses destroyed. The road that leads to Guatemala City is totally impassable. Over in Arena Blanca, everything collapsed.
You're listening to World News from the BBC. Mexico's public prosecutor says 10 cartel gunmen have each been sentenced to more than 140 years in prison for murder and kidnapping. They were arrested last September after a shootout at a farm. The authorities said it was used as a forced recruitment centre for one of the country's most powerful criminal gangs. South Korea says it has repatriated 6 North Koreans who were rescued at sea earlier this year, having apparently crossed the de facto maritime border accidentally. Seoul's Unification Ministry said they had all expressed their wish to return to the north, but Pyongyang did not respond to the south about the issue. A scientific study says a recent record-breaking heatwave experienced across European cities in June and July led to the deaths of around 2,300 people. The study looked at 12 cities where researchers said climate change had pushed temperatures up by 4 degrees Celsius during the 10-day heatwave period. Gary Konstantindoudis from Imperial College London contributed to the study. He says older people are more at risk from climate change.
Older people are more likely to have cardiovascular diseases, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, diabetes, etc. Apart from this, when the temperatures are very high, the generic population have good mechanisms to regulate heat, whereas older populations, these mechanisms do not work properly, putting them in higher risk for hospitalization or mortality.
Elon Musk's social media platform X has deleted posts by its artificial intelligence account Grok after it began praising Adolf Hitler and making anti-Semitic comments in response to questions by users. In other posts, it referred to itself as Mecha Hitler. On Friday, Elon Musk said Grok had been improved significantly. BBC News.
Hello, I'm BBC correspondent Nick Beake, and this is The Interview.
After a long flight, Safari Homes gives you the peace to unwind. A short drive from the airport, convenient for all. For nature lovers, Safari Valley Resort is a hidden gem, surrounded by lush greenery and luxury amenities. A place where you can truly escape. Now for water adventure, Aqua Safari Resort has it all. Jet skis, canoe rides, kayaking, and a visit to the estuary. And for more excitement, Safari Eco Park is the perfect place to get closer to some amazing animals.
Visit Safari World in Ghana, together bringing you closer to nature.
Brush, 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 that's it, that's it. Brush your teeth every day and night, up and down and all around, brush and clean it bright. Brush your teeth, brush with mom and dad, underneath and in between, brush the germs away.
Brushing gets more fun with your kids with the new Pepsodent Kids toothpaste. Give your smiles protection that lasts. Grab yours today from a store near you. This advert is FDA approved.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Looking for a university that sets you apart? Academic City University offers world-class undergraduate programs in engineering, business, informatics, and communication arts. And that's not all. We now offer master's degrees in data science and cybersecurity designed to meet today's global tech demands. Learn with purpose and lead with impact on a modern campus with hands-on learning and international faculty. With over 15 student ventures created and graduates placed in top roles both in Ghana and abroad, Academic City University is where future leaders are made. Call now on 054-824-3844. That's 054-824-3844. Academic City University, educating future-ready leaders.
Do you suspect you didn't get the right amount of fuel? Do you have issues about the quality of fuel you bought? Or did you experience bad customer service at the filling station? Don't stress. The National Petroleum Authority, NPA, is here to assist you. Reach out to our call center on 0302 550 380. That is 0302 550 380. Or feel free to walk into our office located at Jowolu off the N1 highway or any of our regional offices to make a complaint or inquiry. If you experience any of these at the filling station, you have up to 48 hours to report it. NPA, where customer care meets excellence.
ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance rubbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at the Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of the Zenith SME Business Card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
Wake up, good morning, good morning.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Nakumaida wa mawankoa Adawonkoa Pada minua Uninza minua Ada minua Uninza minua Hakuna musini na makama
on Joy 99.7 FM.
But I'm a what is a dear, and I wear my boots. Masawa, Mishawa, Mijimupa, Kadawaka, Misawadaya, Maganda, Tamino, Miss Mama, was Mama Bigaka, Masawa, Mishawa, Mijimupa, Kadawaka, Misawadaya, Maganda, Tamino, Miss Mama, was Mama Bigaka, Nyobanina, 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 to Germany, your wishes, my command. And I will try me one thing, and the German farmers are Mama. Cause my love is so
soda for your love, and you know that I can never live without you.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
I see you smiling from across a crowded room and ting. Heart of a woman is so deep. It's tenderness for you to keep. When you lay you down in blessed sleep, I know you dream of me. If your desires are to be true, you have to prove that feeling's new. Baby, it's not easy to be with me. I'll make your heart beat so big.
I baby, you see touch of me so your ribbon. Oh, me now, Siri, getting oh, I'm so yes, no, I'm back on my book, kitty. Me who did me, yeah, baby, I'm so big, good in your. Oh, Jenny, they want them.
Come on. Come on. I'm not a blessing like a vision and just in the wall. Ready, nothing, it's sweet, and it's sweet, but you know, the deep, for real. Come on.
Buy up, baby. Oh, yeah, dear, the same of I'm the woman. Yamakuma, the cosa to send you. Assyria, it's true, I want you. I'm a woman. Yamakuma, Famakuma, yeah. Oh, Jenny, they want them. Oh, Jira, they want Everton.
You see me and I smile. I got to tell you, man, I love your style. For me, it's got to be real. To take me around the world like your favorite thing, and admire me like a diamond ring. When you lay you down in pleasant sleep, dream of me in your peaceful sleep. If your desire is to be true, you got to prove that feeling's real.
Well, baby, go many zoo.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Minfa, mitrinya da uroma, aumom chiramansai. Minfa, moja nyenkima, aumfansa ya siyo mido. Minfa, mitrinya da uroma, aumom bom, kom. Minfa, moja nyenkima, aumfansa siyo mido. Minfa, udimo mimumasu, udintama kumasue. Minfa, oda, kawantu mikomwe, kawanse misasue. Minfa, udimo mimumasu, udintama kumasue. Minfa, oda, kawantu mikomwe, kawanse misasue. Minguno jina tutu, oya shrunku, Gana ni abayu agi, awo fe, minguno jina tutu, oya shrunku, abona ni atremiao, akuma kasa makuma jafa, anadidi ya mimpa, na misumiya, mabon komo pa, mwako uhu papa, anadidi ya mimpa, na misumiya, mabon komo papa, muadia dansi papa, anadidi ya mimpa, na misumiya, mako uhu papa, muadia dansi papa, anadidi ya mimpa, na misumiya, mabon komo papa, muadia dansi papa, sisumiye kaso, sisumiye kasoa. Ebe, Sinko dai kasoa. Sinko dai kasoa. Sinko dai kasoa.
Yes, and that's one by Daddy Lumba, DL for short these days. So Sunye Kasa. And can you bet you know? Anyway, Blessed, how's it going?
We're on. It's I can't believe it's past midweek already, or it's already midweek.
It's midweek.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
We're just warming up to the weekend.
The month will end soon. Anyway, but I know you know these songs.
Yeah.
You know the first one?
I won't be able to tell you the title, but I have a lot of people who are who listen to Lumba a lot, to Kojo and Chi, and so from time to time, we get to listen to a few of them.
But do you understand? So,
unfortunately, I'm a fool, so I speak ever. I don't understand what you're telling me.
And you see, I like how he puts it. Unfortunately, I am FO. So, but FO, FOSP. In all those days, I had friends who were mass servants.
FO flavor.
Before I got to know that they were mass servants, you hear Father Subovi, and I'm like, what's happening here?
What's happening? What's going on?
Father Subovi, Father Subovi, and then you realize, okay, these are mass servants. Anyway, so don't see. FO, he knows these songs. He knows them.
Yes.
But Sesumie Kasa on the Mema Fautimune album, that's Daddy Lumba.
I see.
Yes. That's one you have the 1 time, 2 time. Adepasha Adepem. Anyway, coming up this morning here on the Super Morning Show, we've been telling you we're going to be talking about this whole CD dollar thing. The IMF is asking Bank of Ghana, don't intervene too much. But I ask, what else can the Bank of Ghana do? What constitutes too much intervention? Is it not expected, for instance, that as a central bank, it would take steps to ensure there's ease in inflation rate? How else can it do so when Ghana is a net importer? Well, net exporter, because gold and other commodities would help us to export more than we import. But the question will be the inflows. That's where always we would get to. But we have always complained about how our inflation is imported. So what do you expect a central bank to do? Anyway, the IMF commends the central bank for tight monetary policy. We'll get into all of that here on the Super Morning Show. Can the Bank of Ghana afford not to intervene in the forex market? Then also this morning, I want us to have this conversation. And later on the show, we're going to be getting into this whole controversy between Azumah Resources and ENP. At what point in time did an arrangement that was expected to transform the gold mining space turn sour? That's a conversation we're going to be having. Is EMP, led by Ibrahim Mahama, the brother of John Dramani Mahama, twisting the hands of Azumah Resources? Or Azumah Resources is just trying to court sympathy because they feel if they go to town against the president's brother, they're likely to win public sympathy and as a result get him to pay more? Stay with us here on the Super Morning Show. We're going to get into all of that. But of course, your roads are of concern to us. And so this morning, we're going to be bringing you back what the Roads and Highway Minister Governs Kwame Agbo just said and what you can expect wherever you find yourself. But finally, what is this whole thing about the modified taxation scheme for the informal sector? GRA will be here as they explain these and more on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. So it's a very packed show for you. And as always, we do this show with you. Get on to X, use the hashtag JoySMS. Tell us what your thoughts are. And as always, we'll share them with the rest of the world. And you can also send us a WhatsApp message on 055 1111997. And this rainy season, you know your safety on the road matters more than ever, and that's why Toyota Ghana is offering attractive discounts on genuine spare parts and services to keep you safe no matter the weather. Replace your wiper blades and windshield wipers for a clear view. Check your brake pads and brake shoes for effective braking on wet roads. And Kojo, you've been advising us this morning. Install new bulbs for better visibility. When I was coming to work this morning, I realized that one of my Charlie, you're driving at dawn and isn't working. Anyway, I've asked that they check it for me. And service your AC and change your AC filters to ensure proper cabin temperature and moisture control. Visit your nearest Toyota Ghana branch nationwide today and let our certified technicians get your vehicle rain ready. Call us on 0302 429801-05. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and X at Drive Toyota GH, and on Instagram at Drive Toyota_GH. Toyota Ghana, genuine parts for a safer rainy season.
And Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices, has introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. Go to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches and shop for everything you need. It's hassle-free. They'll arrange delivery to your homes and offices within a reasonable time. They offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions, however, apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability is their hallmark.
Everyone is going high tech now, I guess, because sending money across Africa is now easier ever with PAPS. Now on your Fidelity mobile app, instantly send money to Nigeria, Kenya, Gambia, Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Djibouti, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Rwanda securely, affordably, and also you're doing that in Ghana City, so no need for foreign exchange at all. Here's how you can do that. Log into your Fidelity mobile app, go to transfers, and then select PAPS transfer. It's that simple. Whether it's for loved ones or business, experience the convenience of transferring money without having to wait or high fees across Africa on your Fidelity mobile app, or visit any of the branches near you. They're here for your journey, and Fidelity Bank says, believe with us.
So you know it's media already, and so wondering where to hold your media review and planning sessions or staff retreats to turbocharge your team for the second half of the year. There's only one venue, and it is the Safari Valley Resort. Think of the green, serene environment, accessibility. So when I said safari, I thought I said safari, so I paused.
We need a special time there, you know.
So there was a pause, and I realized, but I got it right.
I think if we get some fufu and some banku there, we'll revive us.
And that will be prepared for you. Okay, the other good thing is that if you go to say, they have the farm. So they get to the farm and get everything fresh.
I see.
Yes. You should read about Max Handel's conversation about the energy you get from the food you eat, and you will love everything about Safari Valley.
That's one of the conversations we have in the sustainability month.
I see.
No, look,
guys are being philosophical now. Just about which kind of lobbying is this one?
No. I've been to listen. I've been to Aqua Safari.
I see.
And whenever I get to Aqua Safari, I've asked that they give me fufu and chicken light soup.
You have your favorite.
Yeah, the fufu and chicken light soup. Blessed. It comes with the natural spices, no artificial seasoning. Okay? Those of us who have some small health conditions, you are careful the things you eat. My brother, you will go again. The chairman of Aqua Safari, Gerard Boache, told Sami Odami and me, that we should actually opt for fufu and chicken light soup, and that was going to be ready at 11 a.m. We never regretted. Oh boy,
you're giving yourself away. Now we know who would not go again. Yeah.
Oh, but I've been there.
I should come and testify.
My testimony will be more when I go again. Anyway, so there's only one venue, is the Safari Valley Resort. Think of the green, serene environment, accessibility, meeting room capacity, flow and layout of space, room flexibility, quality of equipment, staff and first-class catering services, then Safari Valley Resort is your only choice. Call them now on 0596 914 394. Safari Valley, bringing you closer to nature.
And if you've not heard about the incredible benefit of Excellium from Total Energies, let me tell you about this premium fuel. It has 3-in-1 amazing power. Okay, 3-in-1 power. It cleans your engine, it extends its life, and it lowers your fuel consumption. So get the Excellium new formula for your vehicle and you'll not regret it. It also has anti-corrosion, anti-wear, detergent additives. So it really lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption and it helps you to reduce your CO2 emissions. You'll drive with Excellium from Total. So go to any Total outlet, get the Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
And I'm sure that after having that special meal from Safari Valley, you might need some Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, because anytime we eat food and sugars are trapped in between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases foul breath. So brushing your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter gives your teeth strong protection, leaving it 10 times stronger. So Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is also fortified with some chemicals. Pro fluoride, you have the micro calcium ingredients. These are sealing the invisible holes that you have in between your teeth. So this will prevent cavities. It keeps your teeth stronger and mouth healthy. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter comes in the 175-gram big family pack. You have the 120-gram Ajaquat pack and also the 65 and 12-gram sachet, which means that you can always get what you want and afford them at any time. So don't just use toothpaste to brush your teeth. Use Pepsodent that protects your health as well. Always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Pepsodent has been educating Ghanaians on how to brush their teeth for the last 25 years. Pepsodent is also recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. So it's giving you that opportunity now, and that's through the help of Pepsodent, to talk to a dentist for free. And you can do that by calling 0800 161 000. So that's the number to call to talk to a dentist for free. You can get Pepsodent at any shop near you. And Pepsodent, every smile matters.
So my senior from Mali School, Ken Krakani, says, Winston, good morning. Please don't whet my appetite. This early morning fufu and chicken light soup, dear. Charlie, but in this weather, Kojo, and you're bad crowd. Anyway, Ghana, let's talk water tanks. I'm sure you know the secret to real water storage.
Tempting me this morning.
It's simple. If your tank doesn't have the tortoise on it, then it's not the correct tank. That's right. The tortoise tank, Syntex tank. It's the champion of water tanks. It's strong, durable, and built to handle our Ghanaian weather. So rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So my people, go outside, check your tank, and if it doesn't have the tortoise on it, then it's time to upgrade. Join the Syntex tank family today and enjoy water storage that's tough like a tortoise. Call 0244335168 to buy now or find one of our 400 agents nationwide. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex tank, strong, tough.
Let me tell you about MNC Group Global, your number one partner in real estate, minerals trading, and export logistics and food commodity trading. With their global presence, they connect markets that drive business growth with tailor-made solutions to meet your needs. Trust them to maximize your value in every deal. Reach them at MNC Group at mncgroupgh.com. If you have any business anywhere in the world, you want a trading partner, you want a business partner, talk to them. They have presence everywhere and they can give you all the tips and the help you need to scale outside the country. MNC Group, totally reliant.
And probably where you might be getting that money to buy an MNC property will be from the Access Bank, because you can grab the chance and win big in Access Bank's Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. So simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new or existing Access Bank current or savings account and join the promo, because they are increasing it to 500 cedis or more, and then you'd qualify for a draw. So for the youth customers, solo account holders, you spend 500 cedis or more with any Access Visa card and qualify for a reward. The more you deposit, the higher chances you have of winning. And don't sit back, deposit now and stand that chance of winning and to share over 50 or 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5, you have the iPhone 16, Chromebook, and so much more in the 4 monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws. So the promo runs from now to September 2025 in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions to apply. Join the Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo train now and save for the future and win big. For more information, you can just visit accessbankplc.com. You can also toll free 0800 004400. So it's 0800 004400. Access Bank, more than banking.
So, Blessed, the chairman of Aqua Safari, Gerald Boachi,
I see,
has sent me a message to you.
Why not to me directly?
No, he doesn't have your number. So you listen to it. He says, we are waiting for you and Sammy. In fact, it's long overdue.
I see.
But tell Blessed he should be nice to you. So you tag him along.
No way. It's not happening.
Okay.
You have the number, but I'll find my way there.
No. Do you know where we are as a country? Eddie Dija. There are 4 men in the conversation.
But you have been
a message
already.
Is sent about 2 with a threat to 1.
Long overdue.
Yeah.
And excluded 1.
No, so your message was also here. I didn't read that one. So he asked, what about the other Kojo? He must also come.
I see.
But as for Blessed,
yes,
he must be nice.
I was there last month.
Yes, you should be nice to me.
I enjoyed Aqua Safari last month. They made a special juice with cucumber and ginger with some mint. It was just on point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're also giving yourself away. So the
you
two of
see,
you are out there.
What you have to do is to experience the ultimate waterfront getaway.
The thing is, he who feels it knows it more.
We
felt it, and we are telling you.
And the new Eco Park there.
Yes.
There at Aqua Safari. So relax in style and comfort and let the soothing sounds of nature rejuvenate your soul. Come visit the best resort in Ghana, from luxurious rooms and suites to exciting water sports and outdoor activities, and stay packages that are designed to provide you with an unforgettable experience at the serene bank of the Volta River at Begada. So whether you're looking for a vacation destination or that perfect riverfront venue for your conference, your only option is Aqua Safari. So Blessed, write down this number. Who knows, you may get a discount or you may go for free. 0800 110 190 or 0540 110 190.
Me, I'm not going there for any conference.
Okay.
I'm not doing any conference.
Anyway, birthday messages, sports, coming up right after these.
It's your day off and you end up looking after the baby while your wife goes off to work. You realize you have no idea how to change a diaper. So you video call your wife.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Kojo, is everything all right?
Everything is not all right. I'm not seeing Topo. How do I change a baby's diaper, please?
Kojo. Okay, first, put the diaper.
The video call freezes. While you wait for the internet to catch up, the baby sprouts a fountain and wets the diaper. As you are getting a new one, your wife comes back online.
Kojo, no.
But I have to go and get a new diaper. What must I do next? I beg, quick.
Open the front of the diaper. It's the side that has...
Wow, look. The video freezes again. Abba.
By now, you know where the conversation is going. There's no buffering in real life, so why accept it from your internet connection? Get connected and experience ultra-fast internet to your home, powered by MTN Fiber Broadband. From the Internet Masters.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Ever wondered what else your Standard Chartered Visa card can do? It is not just for taking money from ATMs. Your Standard Chartered Visa card is the enjoyment card. Use it to shop at malls and supermarkets and for all your online transactions. Book and pay for that overdue vacation online and win fantastic rewards like airtime, Melcom gift vouchers, and a weekend stay at a plush hotel and many more. It is the enjoyment card. So next time you're about to make any payment, let your Standard Chartered Visa card lead the way, not cash. It is your gateway to secure, convenient, and rewarding payments. Visit the 360 Rewards website for more information. Standard Chartered, here for good.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
And time now for your birthday messages here on the Super Morning Show, brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa. Get a quick fixed loan from Bank of Africa at an unbeatable low interest rate. Call or visit Bank of Africa today. Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. Who's celebrating the birthday today?
We have a lot of messages, birthday messages. Let me start with this one to Nasia
Yes.
Dakwa.
Yes.
Today is your birthday. It's from your papa, it's from your mommy, it's from Auntie Esther and Ajwa to you. And good morning. Happy birthday to Kaylan Enam Fiato and Kendrick Eli Fiato. You are both celebrating your birthdays today. Enam is 10 years old. Kendrick is 5 years old. Is from Edem, your father.
At the Mr. Pig. This is my.
He's called what? Mr. Pig.
Mr. Pig. So Adam Fiato, I've known him for more than 30 years. We grew up in Ho. And so Kaylan Enam Fiato and Kendrick Eli Fiato, happy birthday to you. Yes, we call him Mr. Pig. This one's happy birthday to my beloved mom, Miss Helen Kemeche of Ho CK Road. Blessed, you know CK Road?
Yeah, I know the very
Asigama area. CK Road. She turns 80 years today. Mom, we love you as from your children and grandchildren. This one says, blessed morning, Winston and Kojo. I want to thank God for showing me mercy by adding another year to my years. It's from Sarah Amanfo inside Winneba. This one says, please wish my husband, Mr. What? Dwayne Latte, a happy birthday today, 9th July. May God keep increasing him on all sides, from Sylvia, Elwin, and Emmeline. Okay. But today also is the birthday of Raymond Aqua.
Oh, today is Raymond's
Champion
birthday.
Raymond.
Yes. Champion Raymond Aqua. So happy birthday to you, Raymond Aqua. Charlie, Raymond, you know what you have to do. Get in touch. And it says happy birthday to Elike Majiman. It's from your father, Paul Senaja of the Ghana Statistical Service.
And okay, there's one here as well. Happy birthday to Emmanuel Menu Ofori of the CSIR head office in Accra. I pray for the Lord's blessing on him and his family.
And a special one going out to you, my brother, my friend, Edmond Bewa, aka Diab. Edmond, former dining hall prefect, Kumasi High School, Charlie. He was our school father, Charlie. The way the man used to beat us.
Oh, it is well.
Yes, but now he's a great business consultant. He's a great corporate leader. and he supports all of us in our growth. So happy birthday to you, Edmond, from the whole family to you. God bless you, Edmond.
Okay, which means we can now bring you the Sports Center, and it's brought to us by MTN. Switch to MTN eSIM. Download my MTN app to go SIM-less today. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. FPAC blows your pain away, and DSTV, what an awesome news to share. Pay your DSTV package today and be upgraded to the next higher package for free. As from now to the 31st of July, dial *759# APK.
And this is a special bundle, special package, special arrangement by MTN for all women in business. They want to build with you, and they've created something which is more than a bundle just to help you build your business. It's your new business bestie. Is the MTN Azumah. Special data and call bundles. You get to stay connected to your customers, suppliers, and everything that helps your household grow. They also give you insurance benefits with the MTN Azumah to help protect your business so that you keep building and protect that future you are building for yourself. It's time to level up, scale up, and shine brighter than ever. Dial *5060 now. Grab your Azumah bundle. Let's get to work on your success story together. MTN Azumah, powering women in business.
Well, Fantasy this morning looking like he's from Oslo or somewhere. He's feeling cold already, but the sports will warm him up, and I'm sure that when the invitational tournament starts, then all these sweaters will be off because we'll be sweating on that day. But before we hear from Fent, for many years you've put in that hard work to build what you have now, that business, that career, and your savings. But you know what? Now's the time to take it to the next level. So we understand and know that you have wealth ambitions, whether you're looking to invest, to grow your wealth, to secure your legacy. We're here to help you make that right move at the right time. So with Standard Chartered, you get more than just banking. You get access to a global network of tailored solutions designed to grow, manage, and protect your wealth for generations to come. So the expectation and the expertise also is vast. They are moving you into that global network that offers you an array of wealth and diversified investment options across the world. So now is the time to act on insight, not on hindsight. Let Standard Chartered help grow your business, to protect it, and to safeguard your wealth. Let's get talking today. 023 300 0041 is the number to call. Standard Chartered is here.
Forget. And I'm here with the Joy Sports Center. My name is Fentuo.
100 meters.
Which one? Blessed, did you even do sports when you were in school?
Don't offend me this morning.
No, it's a genuine question. I'm getting to know you. Did you do any sports when you were in school?
Yeah,
from primary, JSS, SS, university? Nothing? Nothing?
I did something at least.
Like what? Exactly. Like
I
something.
played football.
You did football?
Basketball.
You played basketball?
I did table tennis. I'm a champion.
The fact that you started mentioning all the sports means
now
you didn't
I'm
do
challenging
anything.
you to a 100-meter race.
Coming up on Sports Center this morning.
Bernal, there might be a Chelsea break on here. Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, and they're onside, and it's João Pedro for Chelsea, and it's 2-0. Well, two absolutely brilliant goals from João Pedro on his first start for the club.
Yeah, João Pedro, the Brazilian, on his first start for Chelsea, backed the brace to send the Blues to the Club World Cup final. They will face either Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain, who are up against each other later tonight. We've got Club World Cup action coming up on the show. But first, we talk Invitational. And Emigo Ghana, producers of Yomi Yogurt, they've pledged to unveil a revamped strategy at the 2025 Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. This year's event is set for Saturday, August 9 at the University of Ghana Stadium, where corporate organizations will enjoy a day of fun, networking, and product exhibitions. Emigo Ghana finished second in last year's football competition, but their CEO, Mr. Stephen Eku, is confident they will take gold in both football and the CEO's penalty shootout this time.
I must say that last year was a strategy. It wasn't really like we lost out, but we have a strategy. And so, strategy, we don't have to disclose our strategy. So it just didn't work. No, it worked. Because we know that this year we are going to take it. If you take last year, take this year, you will not be too. So relax and see what happens this time around.
All the competitions?
No, we'll be greedy when we take everything. We are experts when it comes to the penalties and when it comes to the football. These two, we can assure you that it won't go anywhere.
That's the CEO of Emigo Ghana, Stephen Eku there. Safolda Ventures, they have also been massive patrons of the Joy Sports Invitational. Their CEO is Adolf Tete Ej. He's urging the rest of corporate Ghana to embrace the competition, citing its enormous benefits.
So it's good that you brought it back. You went on for 5 years and it kept me down a little bit. That's why I couldn't even win there last year. Now I'm fit as a fiddle. So I'm coming back with strong energy and everything. But trust me, I'm taking back all my trophies I lost. I was second last year. I'm taking my first position. And trust me, you better go for me. I'm going to do my stay with me. Thank you.
Sorry for the poor nature of that sound there. But we're very excited about that. The CEO of Safolda Ventures, Adolf Tete Ej, will join us for the launch a little later this week. And of course, the registrations for the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament are currently ongoing. You can contact Slevin directly via WhatsApp or phone call on 0540 106466 to reserve your spot, or you can pass by the Joy FM front desk to pick up your form, complete and submit your registration in person. You can also download the form on the joyonline.com website. Just look for the Joy Sports Invitational or go to the sports page. It's right up there. You can find the form there and sign up. Now, away from that, House of Oak, they've announced their withdrawal from the upcoming Echo International Tournament in Lagos, Nigeria, citing concerns over player welfare and the need to adhere to a planned rest and recovery schedule ahead of pre-season. The Phobians were originally slated to participate in the high-profile tournament, which was scheduled to run from July 6 to 13. However, a recent rescheduling by the organizers has pushed the tournament to July 13 to 20, a development the House of Oak say conflicts with the club's internal calendar. Moving on, Black Star striker Mohamed Husseini is targeting double figures in goal contributions in the first half of the forthcoming season. The 23-year-old was one of Ghana's breakout stars last year, winning the Belgian league and scoring on his first start for the Black Stars.
In the next 2 years, I want to play in the top 5 leagues in a big club, and also I don't really want to talk about the future at the moment. I'm more concerned about the present. So I need to give my best to achieve my goals for this season, and then we can take it from there to the following seasons coming. I want to score a lot of goals for in the league and also the Champions League. So I have my goals already. I wanna so I wanna score maybe 10 to 15 goals in half of the season, and I can take it from there. And the second round of the season, I'll try to get as much goals as I can.
Mohamed Husseini spoke to Lawrence Beatty. The full interview will air tonight at 8:30 p.m. on the Joy News channel. Still on Black Stars players, forward Ibrahim Osman, he's signed for French League R side AJ Auxerre on a season-long loan deal. There's a €60 million option to sign the 20-year-old on a permanent deal from Brighton. Elsewhere, Daniel Efriye Bane, the former Hearts of Oak captain, he's also signed a 2-year deal with Swiss second-tier side FC Aarau following the termination of his deal with FC Zurich. Now let's do some karate, and the Kensei Kai Foundation has launched the high school karate project in Wa, targeting youth development through martial arts education. The initiative is aimed at introducing structured karate training and value-based leadership development to students in selected senior high schools within the Wa municipality. Adamu Benin Abdul Karim has more in this report.
Organized by the Kensei Kai Foundation in partnership with the KGL Foundation, the initiative seeks to instill discipline, resilience, and leadership skills in young people through martial arts training. Launched in May, the pilot phase currently involves 4 schools: Wa Senior High, Jamiat Islamic Girls, Wa Senior High Technical School, and Na Momori Technical Institute. Training sessions are held twice a week after school hours and based on the Japan Karate Association syllabus. The launch event drew a number of dignitaries, including Upper West Regional Minister Charles Luanga.
Today marks a significant milestone in our region's efforts to promote sports, discipline, and character building among our youth. The High School Karate Initiative is a timely and commendable program.
Both patrons and students expressed excitement for the program, noting the positive impact of the training and accompanying guidance sessions.
I've been with the Karate Do for some time now, since 2016, and then it is something that has changed my life a lot.
The reason why I joined karate is because I know karate teaches us self-defense, and we learn a lot from karate, and it's good for kids like us.
Some kids there ending that report from Adam Beni Abdul Karim's karate is good. It's good for you. Learn some self-defense and helps improve mental health. You should try it for sure. Elsewhere on the continent, the second round of group stage matches at the delayed 2024 Women's AFCON will kick off today. Nora Hopsil Zambia face Senegal at 4 p.m. while host nation Morocco are up against DR Congo. Club World Cup next, and João Pedro, he marks his first Chelsea start in spectacular fashion. On Tuesday, he scored twice to give the Premier League team a 2-0 victory over Fluminense and take them through to the FIFA Club World Cup final. The 23-year-old Brazilian forward curled home a fabulous strike in the 80th minute before sealing the win with a brilliant finish following a counter-attack early in the second half. He spoke after the game.
I think it's very important for me to win this trophy. I know I was important player today. Very happy now. I need to enjoy. I saw the ball coming to me. I just make the control, try to hit the target. I could make a brilliant goal. It's not me. I think Enzo. He did a brilliant game, run the whole pitch. But today I take it this one for me.
That's João Pedro there. And Chelsea so far this season, so far at the FIFA Club World Cup, have made over £80 million from the competition. They could win a further 30 million if they can win the trophy on Sunday. But in their way is either Real Madrid or Paris Saint-Germain. Those two play in the other semi-final game at 7 p.m. tonight for a place in the final to face Chelsea in the final on Sunday. Let's wrap up with tennis. World number one Aryna Sabalenka narrowly avoided a seismic shock as she fought back to beat Laura Siegemund 4-6, 6-2, 6-4 and claw her way into the Wimbledon semi-finals. She will face 13th seed Amanda Anisimova for a place in the first Wimbledon final after the American beat Russian Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 6-1, 7-6. In the men's draw, two-time defending champion Carlos Alcaraz, he's also through to the semi-finals after beating the last British player in the draw, Cameron Norrie. The second seed Alcaraz will now face Taylor Fritz, the American 5th seed, bidding for a first major title in the last 4 majors. Today's women's quarterfinals will have world number one Jannik Sinner taking on, that's the men's quarterfinal. Jannik Sinner taking on American Ben Shelton, while Novak Djokovic also takes on Italian Flavio Cobolli. Those two could potentially meet in the semi-final. Blockbuster one for sure. Winston, that's all the sports this morning.
Thank you very much. Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Let's get interactive this morning. Join us on X. Use the hashtag JoySMS and then on WhatsApp 055-1111-997. Social media messages brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. And number 10 liver sought a refreshing relief. And you know that every day people face different emergencies. Police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency. You name them. But many Ghanaians don't know the emergency numbers. Well, here's one you'd always want to remember. *770#. Yes, *770# is the EcoBank Money Emergency number, and it gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility bill payments, airtime and data purchases, and so much more. You don't need internet for this. Just dial *770# now. No need to panic in a money emergency because EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial *770# for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Download it, you gon' enjoy it. credit. You can pay school fees, even just tights with the Apple. Ecobank Apple.
Life is easy with the Ecobank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the Ecobank mobile app. You know it's 5-star life with Ecobank. Kim promise.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Massa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us. Time now for the Joy Business Minute, brought to us by Consolidated Bank Ghana. CBG, we stand with you, and Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts. Star Oil has consolidated its position as market leader in retail of petroleum products, according to the performance statistics of oil marketing companies at the end of May. Economists carried Routier optimistic about the city's fortunes after record import cover for the country. Bank of Ghana is likely to achieve the much talked about single-digit inflation even before the end of this year, according to projections from industry players. And US stock futures have stalled after President Trump ratcheted up trade tensions with US trade partners. Contracts on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq 100 all traded broadly flat. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana. We stand with you, and Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Right, so welcome back from the Joy Business Minute, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM.
Let me tell you about Anointed. They are into sales of ultra-silent, fuel-efficient diesel generating sets. The sizes ranging from 5 kVA to 3,000 kVA at competitive prices. For every generator you acquire, you enjoy 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. Their services include, but not limited to, the following: 24-hour emergency services. They sell spare parts. They have reliable rental services. So if you need tower lights, you can rent from them or you can buy from them. They provide professional advice as well to you on all your projects. So find their latest branch at Pukwasi White House, opposite the Eco Block, or find the head office at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. Winston, I found an Anointed branch on my road.
Oh, that's great.
Yes. On the Amrahia Road.
Yes.
So now I don't have to come all the way to town. I can just send my generator there, they will service, and they can even come home and service for me.
Oh, sharp.
21 branches nationwide. You will find an Anointed branch somewhere in your region or your district. So call them 0243 480334 0540 109 493. They also provide training. So if you want to get trained in generators, plants, auto mechanics, electricals, controls, and solar installations, talk to them today. Anointed, the generator experts.
And we're getting into big stories this morning, brought to us by Republic Bank, we're the one for you, and Telecel Connecting Energies, as well as Prudential Bank, truly dependable. And this morning, our focus, first, we're going to be joined by the Ghana Revenue Authority to have a conversation about the modified taxation scheme for the informal sector. I know that you have a lot of questions. Just relax. The Ghana Revenue Authority will be telling us what that is about and why they are introducing that, and the scope of that whole tax scheme. But also this morning, what's really all of this between ENP on one hand and Azumah Resources on the other? What's really the background to all of this? Okay, at what point in time did ENP get into a contract with Azumah Resources? And why did Azumah Resources at some point purport to terminate that contract? What happened? Where is the arbitration at this point? What stage are they in the arbitration? What about the High Court ruling? What's the evidence? Stay with us here on the Super Morning Show. We're going to be getting into all of that here. But first,
let me tell you about the seamless banking opportunity with Prudential Bank mobile app. If you want to perform instant transactions, link mobile money wallet, scan your GHQR to pay, manage your cards, transfer money between banks, and do so much more, you need to get the Prudential Bank mobile app. Download it from the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery. Is the PBL mobile app, and you can bank 24 hours 24/7 wherever you are. No queues, no more banking hours. It's easy. So just download it, PBL mobile app, Apple App Store, Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery, and enjoy the services of Prudential Bank. Prudential Bank, truly dependable.
And there's also an exciting news from Telecel. There's more data. There's more data being given to you at the same price, because Telecel bundle allocations have now been reviewed and now offer 10% more data at the same old price. So in addition, your favorite 400 Ghana cedis data bundle allocation has increased from 190 gig to 250 gig and does not expire. This means that you can now get more data at no extra cost at all. Simply dial *700# or *530# to access a variety of unbeatable data deals on Telecel. So don't miss out on these enhanced offers. Stay connected with Telecel today. Telecel is connecting energies.
So listen, guys, you know, when Republic Bank says they're the one for you, they really mean that they're the one for you. And that's why they've reduced their CD mortgage interest rate even further to a new low in the teens. Charlie, now that means you can afford to own your dream home or your next one for less. But don't wait, this offer is only for a limited time. So if you already have a mortgage with your bank, you can switch to Republic Bank and enjoy this exciting deal. Visit any Republic Bank branch today, or send an email to myhome@republicghana.com, or call in Accra 0540109649, and then in Kumasi can call 0540109901 for more information. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
And let me tell you about Translight Solar. If you want to save up to 70% of your electricity bills, you should talk to Translight Solar today. Enjoy clean and reliable energy without breaking the bank. You don't need to pay the full cost up front. They are offering you an opportunity to own a complete solar system by paying just 30 to 50% of the cost and spreading the rest over a 12 to 36 month period with flexible monthly payments as low as 1,200 Ghana cedis. 1,200 Ghana cedis. My neighbor pays like 4,000 cedis every month in electricity bills.
Can you imagine?
And I've told them to go and get solar.
Very crucial.
Yes. So get in touch with Translight for early bird deals and the lowest prices on the market. Visit their website, translightsolar.com, or call them at 025-604-0838 and 050-424-9229 for free consultation. Translight Solar, wherever there is sunlight, there is Translight.
When we return after these messages, we're joined by the Ghana Revenue Authority to have a conversation about the modified taxation scheme. We'll be right back.
On the go, night or day, PBL app is the easiest way. Bank secure, bank with ease. Right at your fingertips, bank is a breeze. PBL app making banking so clear. Anytime, anywhere, we're here. Safe, secure, banking for you. PBL app, simple and true.
Welcome to the future of banking. The Prudential Bank mobile app. Bank secure anytime, right from your phone. Access your accounts 24/7. Perform instant transactions. Pay bills. Link mobile money wallets. Scan and pay with GHQR. Manage your cards. Make seamless GIP interbank transfers. All with ease. No more banking hours. Take control and app your banking. Experience simple, secure and convenient banking. Download the PBL mobile app now. PBL mobile app. App your banking.
Small money day, big money day, where too much money day. Telecel too much money promo drop. If for dial *500#, then join am. For the Telecel too much money promo inside, you fit win 100 Ghana cedis cash for the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis for the weekly draws, then 1.2 million Ghana cedis for the grand draw inside. That be 1.2 million Ghana cedis. You for just reload airtime, then get points wey fit make you win. Make you dial *500# or go the Telecel Play app top. Then book inside riders give the Telecel too much money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo will be NLA way they regulate them for the Caritas Lottery platform top.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah. While the errands don't link up or more, hop in a boat and get out and explore. There's a boat for you to ride, yeah. Make moves with boat.
Use code KEEPMOVING50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the boat app now.
Make moves with boat.
Still unbeatable. Republic Bank has slashed the city mortgage interest rate to a new low. That means it's more affordable to own your dream home. You enjoy lower monthly installments, save on interest payments, flexible loan arrangements, and more. Make the move. Own your home at a lower teen interest rate. But hurry, this offer lasts for a limited time. Visit any Republic Bank branch or send email to myhome@republicghana.com or call Accra 054-0109-649. Kumasi 054-0109-901 to apply today and enjoy a teen interest rate. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Are you tired of rising fuel costs and frequent service and maintenance draining your budget? Are you a transport business thinking of the best eco-friendly and cost-saving option for a car? Then switch to the Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle. The Cerio Nano 3 EV is proudly marketed and distributed in Ghana by Anointed Engineering Services Limited. The sleek Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle, with its advanced technology and high performance, emits zero emissions because it does not run on fossil fuels. No need to worry about a charging station because you can charge your Cerio at home directly by plugging into the socket. The Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle offers unmatched comfort, interior design, fast charging, long-lasting battery, and a portable digital ultra-silent genset for backup charging no matter your power situation anywhere. Visit our brand new and ultra-modern showrooms in Accra and Kumasi. In Kumasi, Asukwa, in front of the TAT yard on the Ak Mayanka Road. Call our hotlines on 0544-340589 and 0243-480-334. Anointed also stocks genuine spare parts and delivers after-sales services 24/7 for our Cerio Nano 3 EVs. The Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle. Experience a legacy of luxury modernized. Cerio EV. Go electric.
Frustrated with outdated banking experiences? You deserve an app that makes your life easier, not harder. Say hello to the CBG mobile app, your new cool way to handle everything banking. With biometric security, lightning fast mobile money access, and one-touch bill payments, banking has never been this smooth. Stop imagining when you can live a life where your entire banking world is in your pocket, ready whenever you need it. No stress, no fuss. Don't settle for less. Experience a more superior, convenient way of banking today with the CBG mobile app. Banking made cool, fast and secure. Welcome to the good life. CBG. We stand with
is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Cantam Cassia disase. Mini Odoni Blue. Mido Yasia Humatie. Oh, Nana Mia Shremeso. Why miss you, media mamia? Oh, 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 baby, no, baby. Now, what Brazilian in here, making the swam, sorry. Ooh, groove, I play you one on misery. Come here, ooh, groove, I play you one night in Nantes. Come here,
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best on Joy 99.7 FM.
Me the petty and the bag was science, yes, baby, I met you, dear, my pimp. I feel a mania, dear, my commercial share. Quaba sem to me, consona, my dear. Oh, although you in a musu, Mahina musu, yes, from Kokra. Well. I hear that sing, a situation in war. Etiana, me baby, I judge your mama. Ooh, groove, doing you run, a bomb and run it. Come here. Ooh, groove, a woman, yeah, me didn't not see it. Come here.
Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. So, looking for a little more in life without spending more? I get it, every city counts, and that's why I want to share something that's really made a difference for me. The ABSA Abapa account is designed for people like us, those who work hard and deserve more for less. And here's what I get with my ABSA Abapa account: a free GH Link card, access to loans up to 50,000 Ghana cedis when I need help, high interest on savings, free SMS alerts to track every peso I spend, seamless mobile and online banking, no need to join long queues, and many more. And the best part, it's simple to open. If you're looking for more value, more peace of mind, and more control over your money, then ABSA Abapa account is just the account for you. Open your account today and get more. T's and C's apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
And if you are ready for the next big adventure in your career, if you're a company looking for talent to boost productivity and drive impact, the Design and Technology Institute has something amazing coming up. It's the Job and Opportunities Fair, the DTI Job and Opportunities Fair. It's all happening at the CD Conference Center at the Department of Economics, University of Ghana, Legon. It's happening between 18th and 19th July from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. This isn't just any job fair. Is the career expedition, pathways, partnerships, possibilities event. It's a mindset journey towards self-discovery. So if you're a young Ghanaian, you want to acquire the skills that the industry truly needs. If you are industry and you are looking for trained problem solvers with a focus on production, productivity, and innovation, you need to be at the DTI Job and Opportunities Fair. Participate in the Career Treasure Hunt, a talent matching competition designed to help you secure an internship or job placement opportunity and much more. And you also get face-to-face interaction with companies and get insights into their work and job opportunities that they offer. Now, this event is brought to you by DTI and the MasterCard Foundation. Media partners are Multimedia Group and CTFM. Call 053-6519313 to register for, and if you need more information, call the same number 053-6519313. Be there and find your next possibility and bring your dream to life.
So are you thinking of going solar? Want to keep your lights on even when the grid goes off? It's time to power your life the smart way with Optima Solar Systems, your trusted experts in solar energy solutions. So from solar panel installations to lithium battery systems, solar water heaters, solar water pumps, and even the solar powered CCTV, Optima Solar has you covered with reliable, eco-friendly technology built for Ghanaian living. And here's the best part: they don't just sell, install, and disappear. Optima Solar Services will provide you with ongoing maintenance and also repairs. You then have your system which is running smoothly all year round because of their post-sales services. So that's not all. They offer a comprehensive solar insurance against theft, fire, flood, and other perils as well. So flexible payment terms are available and is subject to status. So whether it's your home, farm, business, just reduce your electricity bills and increase your energy independence and make a positive impact on the environment. Log on to optimasolarsystems.com. You can equally call 0505 023 472 for more information. You can also reach Optima Solar on 0303 960 134 for more information. On Facebook, on Instagram is Optima Solar GH. The future is bright. The future is solar, and you can trust Optima Solar Systems to deliver that.
Great. So let's get on to the phone lines now. Earlier we were talking about the IMF's directive to the Bank of Ghana to reduce its intervention in the forex market. And we've been joined by a professor of finance at the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Godfred Boateng, to throw more light on that. Professor Boateng, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, good morning, Winston, and good morning to everyone. Thank you for having me on your show this morning.
Great, Professor Boateng. So we've seen the IMF's, statement after they approved some $367 million for Ghana. They're talking about how the Bank of Ghana should reduce its interventions in the forex market. First of all, help us understand what's wrong with the Bank of Ghana interfering in the forex market. After all, we have always said that Bank of Ghana's work that it does is aimed at is inflation targeting. Everything it does seeks to reduce inflation when it comes to even monetary policy rate. So if we say we have imported inflation, shouldn't they be working on the exchange rate, Professor Boateng?
All right, thank you very much. To a large extent, your proposition sits quite well, but on a broader scale, and for more sustainability, one would associate more with the IMF, and I'll give you a couple of reasons.
Please do.
One of the important functions of the market is what we call price discovery. So, and that comes about when you allow the forces of demand and supply from demand side, from supply side to arrive at a price that will be reflective of what the true dynamics of the market is, if we are talking about the price. But where you have a situation where, as it currently stands, the central bank, being a regulator, is also a dominant player in the market. So Bank of Ghana has, to a large extent, upper hand in terms of control of FX and how that FX is spilled over onto the markets. So to that extent, the price signaling effect will come more from the central bank rather than the market playing its discovery role. And that is what we are seeing here. Now, when you have that situation, Bank of Ghana may have their reason. It may benefit us temporarily and all of that. But when you have that situation, market participants may have the impression that the true rate is not really the official rate, which is influenced to a large extent by the central bank. They wouldn't want to transact with that particular rate. Now, if you look at what is happening right now, if you pick the rate at the bank level, if you want to sell USD dollars at the bank level, you are likely to get it at maybe probably 10.1 or so. Some are even doing 9.8 or so. However, if you look at the other layers of the market, the Forex Bureau, I don't want to even talk about the black market now, but I will eventually end there. If you look at the Forex Bureau, the price differential is working up to almost 20%. In some instances, the data we looked at, we're looking at close to 25%. Now, if you compare that to black market, you are getting close to 35%. So what that means is that you are operating a system where there are multiple rates. So you then have the official rate sitting with the banks or with Bank of Ghana, but the transaction rate will be outside the corridor, right? And when you do that consistently, you are actually fueling the development of the black market rather than roping in the transactions within the official or the formal financial system. So we have to look at the multiple entries of FX into the market. Okay. If you compare the multiple entries in terms of supply of FX into the market, and you compare that to the intervention of the central bank, the weight of the intervention is more on the side of the central bank rather than the trickling in from the forces of demand and supply, which should settle the equilibrium or the real exchange rates. Beyond that broader issue, the other thing to even look at is that, and I believe that the central bank is working at that. At one hand, one is likely to have a soft side from the central bank because of where we have come from, especially when the CD had suffered a run consistently in the last couple of years. When the crisis peaked in 2022, the CD suffered a run. It lost more than 50% of its trading value and all of that. But the other bit to also look at over a long period of time is to look at it that the CD, when it was introduced in July 1965, and you compare the value that was assigned to the CD in July 1965 to the value it is trading right now, practically 99.99% of the value assigned to it at its best in July 9.
Hello, Prof. Oh, I think we've lost Professor Godfrey Boateng. Let's try and get in touch again with Professor Godfrey Boateng, who is Professor of Finance at the University of Ghana Business School. And he's been making the point that while you'd expect the Bank of Ghana to intervene, he thinks the intervention of the Bank of Ghana is too much. And so that's what leads to discrepancy that you'd find in, interbank exchange rate and even the Forex Bureau, and finally the black market, which he was reluctant to talk about. He's talked about the fact that you probably would realize that when it comes to how much the Bank of Ghana, say if you wanted to go and sell your dollars, how much the banks will buy it from you, about 10.1. But if you, get to the Forex Bureau, you're looking at between 20 to 25% more, and then 30 to 35% more in the black market. We'll try and get in touch with Professor Godfrey Boateng again, and once we do, we'll get into the rest of the conversation.
So that means people are buying the CD for between 10 to 13 CDs, depending on where you are buying it from.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's what that's what it means.
He was also talking about the value of the CD from 1965 to date, and basically he says we've lost 99.9999% of the value of the CD, and that's something we should also be worried about. But Winston, what is a black market?
Illegal market.
Illegal market.
That's all.
So black markets are illegal forex markets.
Yes, they are.
Well, they found all around our key security hotspots.
Well, I mean, you've seen them being, picked up by the police. You've seen that, right? You've seen.
Me, I've not seen that.
Okay, they've been arrested. I'm sure, Blessed, we've reported these ones before. Yes, I mean,
some of them
have been arrested before. by the police, because there was a time that we actually felt that they were also part of the problem. When we're going through the challenges.
You go to the airport area, around the airport police station, you find these black market traders.
But they don't deal openly. What they do, they don't deal openly.
And there have been a few instances that they've called. They've called.
Yeah, they call you and take you to
come after me.
Well, I have seen. I saw someone engaging in that at the Achimota Retail Center.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is how the transaction transpired. They spoke, and then the person is walking, and he, would turn around and put the money in your pocket, and then you also, take that. So it's not a legal market.
Look at the Kimbo area.
They're there, I know, but it's not.
Alaba, Kumasi.
They're there, we know, but it's not a legal business.
Is this something intelligence agencies cannot clamp down on?
Well, there's a certain reality, and people have jokingly said Abochi they control the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
There are instances where even in the regular financial institutions, they can direct you to these people.
Mm.
They have the dollars.
Do we have enough dollars with the banks?
Well, it looks like these days.
It looks like so.
It looks like, but then there are a lot of.
If we walked out here right now
Mm-hmm.
without calling our relationship managers or without calling our bank branches, and we needed, say, $10,000, can you easily get that today without going through any hassle?
Oh, you can go to the bank.
Are we sure about that?
Go to the bank.
Business people who need dollars for all sorts of transactions, who play in the forex space, when you walk to your bank without pre-informing your bank, does your average bank have enough dollars to immediately give you what you need?
So
before it's a legal request.
Before we go for a break, I just make this point. Okay. So if say I'm a bank operating in a particular town, I'm not going to mention the town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would look at my demand for dollars over a certain period.
Okay.
And know how much dollars I should keep.
Mm.
So for that bank, if you walked in now and demanded more above my minimum, my average dollar range over a month, I probably may not have it for you. It doesn't mean that my bigger branches don't have it.
Okay.
What it means is that maybe there isn't a lot of demand for dollars within that branch.
Mm.
So I do not keep a lot. You get the point?
So if you walked to any, say, head office branch of any of the banks,
you get it.
$10K, $20K, $100K?
Yes. You get it, subject to
all the legal requirements.
All the legal requirements, you get it.
So we have enough dollars in the legal system.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
So why are people still going to Abochi for dollars?
You know the answer. Stay with us when we return after these messages. We're going to get into a conversation about taxes, the modified taxation scheme. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, baby, come to Dubai.
Imagine standing at the top of the Burj Khalifa, cruising the Dubai Marina at sunset, or dancing in the desert under the stars with music from DJ Loft and your favorite hype MC, Kojo Manuel. From 7th to 13th July 2025, Adansi Travels brings Dubai to you with Dubai Week, a full immersive Dubai experience at the Adansi Travels house in East Legon. Take a free virtual reality tour of Dubai, snap photos at our 360 Skyline booth, enjoy exclusive discounts when you book your August Dubai trip. Whether it's your honeymoon, family vacation, or a much needed break, this August, Dubai is calling! Let Adansi take you there. Visit any Adansi Travels office, Nesta Square Airport, Tema Community 1, Kumasi, Takwa, or Takrady to book your August Dubai package now. Dubai Week at Adansi. See more, feel more.
Come on. Good boy. Honey, look, he's crawling. Wow. Good job. The new Cerelac Wheat and Maize has the combined goodness of wheat and maize grains fortified with iron, vitamins, and minerals also found in fruits and vegetables. To prepare the new Cerelac Wheat and Maize, just add milk. Enjoy your little one's big moments at less cost. Cerelac, care for them, count on us. This advert is FDA approved.
DTI Jobs and Opportunities Fair 2025.
I'm going to find a job.
I'm looking for internship opportunities.
I'm looking for well-trained graduates for my business.
The Design and Technology Institute DTI Jobs and Opportunities Fair is a bold step towards bringing trained job seekers and industry together. Come and connect with well-trained youth and explore the job opportunities available in various industries. Be part of our internship matchmaking, skills exhibitions, and career treasure hunts at the DTI Jobs and Opportunities Fair 2025 on Friday 18th and Saturday 19th July at the City Conference Center on Legon campus. This event is brought to you by the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with DTI. Media partners include Multimedia Group and City FM. Call 053-651-9313 to register. DTI, wired for opportunities.
Hello, Ghana. It's a new year and Bill's Microcredit is here to support your dreams. If you're not working but want to start a business, don't let money stop you. With just your Ghana card, you can get a loan to turn your ideas into reality. Already running a business? Need more capital? Or are you a salary worker looking for extra funds? Bills offers fast and easy loans with no collateral, no deposit, and no SUSI savings required. Wherever you are, whatever you need, Bills makes it happen. Call Bills Microcredit today. Call 0596 920 833 or 0302 200 390 and get started. Bills is licensed and regulated by the Bank of Ghana. Bills, financing your needs. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And earlier we had Professor Godfrey Boateng with us. We lost him, but he's back on the line now. So before we get into the conversation about the modified taxation scheme, let's just conclude our conversation with Professor Boateng. So, Professor Boateng, thank you for joining us again. You're making a point about, the interventions, but let's look at it this way. So, the Bank of Ghana has a role to play, and for us, what we are interested in is that at the end of the day, the CD to the dollar is at a level that we can afford. Help us understand the disparity between the interbank rate and the Forex Bureau rate.
Okay, thank you very much. Apologies for the interruption earlier.
Sure.
So it's about building confidence in the market. If market participants broadly have the impression that the rates are aligned and it's a true reflection of where it should be, they will not take their USD, for instance, from the former financial system, when I say more formal, within the bank, and head straight to the Forex Bureau or the black market, because there's some kind of pricing differential here, right? So that is what is fueling the black market. And when you do that, you're actually providing oxygen for the growth of the black market. And let me just give you a little bit of history to this. Maybe it may help. What we call Forex bureaus today were black markets in the 70s and 80s. Through the IMF World Bank-led reforms, the financial component, we call it the Financial Sector Adjustment Program, we decided to formally absorb the black market into the former financial system for purposes of regulation, transparency, management, and all of that. So what we call Forex bureaus today in the 70s and 80s were essentially black markets. And the black market had taken over the former financial system. Then, also because of lack of confidence in the pricing regime, price control and all of that, we've moved to what we call managed exchange rate system, where we still allow the forces of demand and supply, but then the central bank or the government can intervene. Usually the central bank can intervene in the market, sell dollars or buy dollars on its own account in order to manage excessive volatility in the market, or to steer it to a certain band that perhaps will not cause dislocations in the economy. So there's nothing wrong when Bank of Ghana intervenes in the market, and I'm not too sure that is what the IMF has issue with. It's about the excessive nature of that intervention that may create an impression that price distortion is happening in the market. because the primary function of the market is what we call price discovery. And that works well when we allow the forces of demand and supply to determine the price. That is what I believe is at play here. Now, look, if we align the to a large extent with the Forest Bureau, maybe look at the dynamics very well, you are likely to see that the black market will die down considerably. In any serious financial market, right, all over the world, you hardly see the dominant role of the black market as we have it in our part of the world, and also the tendency of multiple exchange rates. You know, we are going back to where we were before the IMF program kicked in. Kojo, go back to the original IMF-supported program, the document that was approved on May 17, 2023. You will find that what the IMF is cautioning us against right now were all part of their diagnosis as part of that IMF-supported program that we bought into, more or less. Right, because we were not allowing the markets to play the role. In fact, there was a strong influence by the central bank. They give the dollars to the bank and they give them a band or a rate within which they have to trade. So when it happens that way, the price signal is coming more from the central bank rather than the forces of demand and supply. But of course, if you see with the gold board, gold for reserves, and the rest of them, and then also some kind of revisions in the remittances market with the fintechs and the rest of them, Bank of Ghana has a considerable control of FX now, and they determine to a large extent how the market should play out at the end of the day. I believe that is where the issue is. If it happens that way, then perhaps, of course, we are using the managed exchange rate, or others will call it the dirty exchange rate system and all of that, but we need to look at all of this so that we don't create multiple rates. As you find the interbank rate, as you find within the rates within the bank, the Forest Bureau, and then the different rates also operating in the black market and all of that. So I think, I believe that Bank of Ghana is working at it. As I also indicated, if you take our history into consideration, what the city has gone through from its introduction in July 1965, and what the value that was assigned to the value today, even more, should I say more recently? Remember redenomination?
Yes.
When we decided to wipe away 4 zeros, of course, mathematically we count in thousands, but we decided to wipe out 4 zeros. I will not go into the technicalities of that. The value assigned to the city from July 2007 was it was 0.98 to $1. If you look at that rate and you use what we call the variance decomposition analysis, you realize that almost 80% of the value that was assigned to the city July 2007 has been wiped out, and all of that. Okay, so what am I saying? If you don't focus on the fundamentals, structural transformation, economic transformation, that will drive a gradual, sustainable appreciation of your currency, and it's simply because of intervention, as we have seen here. Technically, you have a cause for concern what the future will look like, and I believe that is a caution the fund is giving us. This is also important, given that we have signals that we don't want to be under another IMF-supported program, or worst case scenario, we are looking at policy support instrument that is mainly advisory. So it means that external checks where they can review the system and offer advice and even elicit compliance. In the absence of that, it may get worse when Bank of Ghana becomes extremely dominant in the market. Oftentimes, we are not accountable from that perspective.
Okay. Now, Professor Boateng, I mean, this is the challenge. So you have a gold board owned by the state trading. The funds will be lodged in the government of Ghana's account. But the Bank of Ghana, they have it there. Then you have a lot of Ghanaian businesses which will trade, and their owners sometimes will keep these dollars with the belief that the cedi could depreciate further, and so they make some gains. Under the circumstances, what else can the Bank of Ghana do? Because it has the dollars. The gold prices are going up. It means we have more dollars. gold prices, it means we have more dollars. What can they do?
If you do the forecast, will it remain like that?
Tell me.
For the foreseeable future, the answer would be no. We know the cycle, commodity prices, and all of that. So that is why you want to be a bit. Otherwise, you are likely to have wide swings. Okay, so when things reverses, it may happen suddenly also. You will not have a shock absorbers and all of that. But what is the most important thing is this. So if you manage your economy prudently, you build confidence in the economy. So people would then have the expectation that, you know what, the CD is not going to depreciate as much as we have seen in the time past. I think that is what we should be focusing on. Otherwise, Bank of Ghana, it doesn't matter the fact that you have reserves. Gold is bringing reserves, cocoa and the rest of them. You have just a limited amount. Okay, so if that is the impression, and you keep spilling the dollars through the intervention, the market will mobilize the dollars, would actually keep it, and hoping that you continue to intervene, but you have limited reserves. What then will happen? What will happen is that they will still gain by speculating on that. So we should be looking at, and we've said this at the beginning of the year. In fact, when we saw the CD strengthening aggressively, we said we need to be cautious. If the aggressive strengthening is not as a result of structural transformation and productivity transformation in the economy, then inferring sustainability will be a problem. And therefore, we should be measured in terms of how we intervene in the market. And look, whether we like it or not, the banks have the risk, but they don't have the dollars as much as one would have expected. That is the truth. Okay? And people also have dollars. Perhaps they are not trading the dollars within the more formal financial system because they believe that is not the true rate. And that is why you see that whether we like it or not, and that's the truth. If you check, you'll find that is what is happening. There's a direct interaction between the black market, the Forex Bureau, and the formal financial system. And it's simply because of this trading of different prices that we have here and all of that. Somebody will say that a good way to eliminate that is to align the rate as quickly as possible, like, which means that this is what the rate should be, and it's not just because of the signal that is coming from the central bank as a dominant player. It doesn't matter how much gold is bringing to us today. It doesn't matter how much cocoa is bringing to us today. We've had that in the time past. But of course, I also do agree that the dynamics have changed now compared to what we were used to in the time past. For which reason, if you are doing the forecasting, you want to be very careful. If you look at the revolution in clamping down on illegal or smuggling and all of that, and the role of gold board and all of that, certainly the dynamics have changed to a large extent, and that is what also makes the central bank a bit more of a dominant player in now. We need to look at how we configure all of this in a way that still builds confidence in the system. Otherwise, people will still want to bet on the fact that the city will depreciate. It's just a matter of time. And then we should be situating all of this within broader structural reforms and value addition to our economy. That is what we should do. We should not be exporting raw gold and celebrating how much that has brought, especially when that is causing so much environmental destruction. So it's not sufficient to just say that gold is bringing so much, but we should be asking ourselves, at what cost to the environment? At what cost to health? At what cost to agricultural productivity? We need to look at that broadly rather than just celebrating that, yes, gold is bringing this. I think we should be able to design a system that causes less harm to the environment, and yet we are able to also get the much needed effects. Look, whether we like it or not, there is no way we sustainably can keep this by just exporting primary commodities as we have done over the years. We should be designing a system where we rather leverage on the value addition on our finite natural resources rather than just mining raw gold, cocoa, and the rest and exporting them. There is practically no sustainable future in that.
Now, the president indicated that the real value of the Ghana cedi is between, compared to the dollar, is between 10 and 12. Doesn't that indicate, for instance, the willingness of, say, the central bank to reduce its intervention?
We had indicated earlier that Bank of Ghana will build reserves. The fact that it's available necessarily doesn't mean it will be used away aggressively or massively or at scale as we are doing. That is just the point. Again, we are also not saying that the Bank of Ghana cannot intervene in the market.
But Prof, the president has indicated, and something the IMF would testify that even our international reserves, for instance, we've been able to meet the program target 1 year before the deadline of the program. Haven't we done well? Can't we then be focusing on reducing constantly depreciating cedi?
Okay, so look at it this way. And should I say under the previous regime, I don't want to play into the policies of it. Until January 2025, the central bank had been building reserves aggressively. In fact, as at October 2024, we had exceeded the IMF ceiling. I contend, and I think I respect the previous governors of Bank of Ghana, because they had enough reserves if they wanted to push the exchange rate to about 9.5 or 10.
Okay.
They chose not to do it. I believe that the reason they didn't was also because of the possibility of policy slippages in the run-up to the 2024 election. So I believe that there was wisdom, and I think it was the right thing they did. Because if you had uncertainty about how the fiscal side was going to behave, and of course, given our own history, in all the competitive elections that we have had since 1992, I think with the exception of 2004, the policy slippages, the fiscal slippages were huge, sometimes in excess of 5% of GDP. Okay, so if Bank of Ghana had intervened in the market in the name of just taking short-term credit and say that we have pushed the exchange rate to 10, okay, you would have seen that this government would have struggled when they took over. So they had built reserves and handed those reserves to the incoming administration. And I think at the end of the day, it's Ghana that had won from that angle. Okay, and as I said, I commend them for doing that. We need to be measured in terms of how we utilize the reserves, because now it's available. We are not building an economy that will last just 3 years or 4 years. Okay, we should be doing it in such a way that in the next 15 years or so, we can infer sustainability. That is where the confidence will come from. Given also, Kojo, that government is not spending optimally under given the 2025 budget, and you see the IMF also acknowledging that. And of course, I agree with government. The economy was, in terms of overheating, we needed to cool it down. So what the government has done smartly, and I think it's also fair to also congratulate Ato Forcing and say he's really forcing, as others are saying, we have essentially used the 2025 budget to correct the imbalances that came as a result of the excesses of 2024 election, right? And restore the program on track. And now we're on track, of course, okay? Of course, it's not so different. In 2016, it was the same thing that we did. When we were done with the 2016 election, we had derailed the program objectives. To bring it back, we even extended the program by 1 year. So if you check again the fourth review of the 16th IMF program, and you compare that to the fourth review of the 17th IMF program, IMF supported program, you can see the similarities in terms of how we manage our elections, undermine the macro, and at the end of the day, who pays for this? At the end of the day, is the taxpayer, businesses that are always taking the cost of this mismanagement. The politicians always get away with it. They always get away with it. Weak sanctioning regime, political settlement, and all of that. But at the end of the day, the bill will be picked up by the taxpayer, the ordinary Ghanaian, the mere mortal.
Okay, so if I get you, yes, think about the short term, but think more long term.
Yes, it's the medium to the long term measures you put in place that is what generates confidence in the economy. It's not so much of that, because people can see beyond the short term. People can see, for some people are even building reserves or building the bedroom economy in anticipation of a rainy day. 2027.
What do you mean by bedroom economy, Prof?
Oh, Kojo.
Winston here. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, Prof. Bedroom economy.
You want me to say so that you say I'm a bad person? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Okay, go ahead.
We don't trust the financial system. Political actors. Look, Kojo, the truth of the matter is that in Africa, we have not built enough confidence in our own system where the upper middle class and wealthy Africans find comfort in keeping their money within the formal financial system for purposes of secularity. We don't have that. Look, our political financing, do they write checks? Could you have you seen one before?
Tell me, have you seen one?
I haven't seen one. I'm an academic.
Okay.
Even for research purposes. Okay, so look, I don't think that any serious politician in Ghana keeps all his money in a certain bank or in the banking system. They will probably hide it in real estate. That is why our property industry is driven by fraud. Okay, whether we like it or not, you see how they advertise real estate prices. They are not targeting mere mortals like you and I. They know who they are targeting. If you look at income levels, 80% of public sector workers in this country earn less than $400 a month. And you are advertising housing prices, $1.5 million, and the rest of them. Clearly, I mean, I don't want to go into the details. So those are the things that we should be looking at. How do we put the right measures in place that ensures that there's sustainability? And that is what the market is looking for. The fundamentals are right now, and we agree with Bank of Ghana and the measures they are putting in place, the collaboration and the coordination between the central bank and the Ministry of Finance and the rest of them. But the important question also is that the optimal way of utilizing the reserves we have now? What happens 2027, 2028, and the rest of them? I think those are the things. More importantly, as we exit the IMF program, remember there are 2 more reviews left. Okay, one to happen probably somewhere in November, and the board process concluding somewhere December or so, and then the final review probably somewhere March or April next year or so. But technically, the 17th IMF program is ending December 2025, because the last review will look at program targets at the end of December 2025. There is uncertainty, headwinds. Government will have to navigate that process and assure stakeholders that, yes, in the absence of another IMF supported program, or even if they are going for policy support instruments, that will also come with periodic reviews. How binding and how biting would that be? And what would be the assurance? What internal mechanism in terms of institutional fiscal restraint, similar to the adult supervision the IMF will offer? Remember, we are old, but we are not mature. We have age. It doesn't mean we have arrived. So anytime there's adult supervision from the IMF or the developing partners, and that should be a shame for us as a country. After 68 years or so, we can't really determine and decide and be bound by that this is the right way to go, and we are willing to pay the price. I think we should feel sorry for ourselves. But of course, let's see the progress that we make going forward. And this government has the best opportunity. Let me put it that way, because practically we don't have opposition in parliament. Okay, the MPP effectively work themselves into a silent opposition, okay, by the way they conduct themselves. So the government has the leverage. In fact, there's a broader support for this government and what they are doing. So they should take advantage of that and initiate far-reaching governance reforms, structural reforms, productivity enhancing reforms, because you've got the numbers in parliament. In fact, it was the same expectation we had when President Akufo-Addo came to office in 2017, because he had the numbers. The goodwill was there. In fact, the goodwill lasted for more than 3 months under President Akufo-Addo's time. those were optimal times to initiate painful reforms, okay, so that you balance it. By the time people get so much angry, the right thing has been done, and then we leverage on that. So if this government does not take advantage of the moment, we are likely to regret some time to come.
Professor Godfrey Boateng, thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. We're glad you made time to join us. Professor Godfrey Boateng is a professor of finance at the University of Ghana Business School, sharing his thoughts with us, and he believes that we must let the market discover its rate. Yes, the Bank of Ghana can intervene, but it shouldn't be too much. He kind of agrees with the IMF directive. Anyway, could you want to make a point?
Well, for me, it's all about stability, right? For us to be able to plan and do our business. So if it's going to be 10 cities or the range, right, 10 to 13, and I know that for the next 5 years, I'm working with a 10 to 13 cities to $1 figure. It helps me to plan my business, right? And so that's one of the most important things for me as somebody who works within this economy. And so what can the Bank of Ghana do? What can the Finance Ministry, what can the government do to ensure there is a stable exchange rate to keep us going? That's one key thing for me. The other thing is also to work on the inefficiencies in the market. There are some people who still say that the legal system doesn't have enough dollars to support the growth we want. And so that's one thing we need to pay attention to and ensure that the legal means, the established avenues to get Forex to work, we need to work on those things. And I believe that once there is a stable exchange rate, people can plan, and we also put in the real sector investment, increase productivity, increase our exports, reduce our imports, do more manufacturing and value addition, we should get somewhere in the next 5-10 years.
All right, thank you very much. When we return after these messages, our friends from the Ghana Revenue Authority will be joining us to have a conversation about the modified taxation scheme. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D no not now. Wonto malaria chill. Popo. What mean the day? I want the no not. A dabako. No not. A damien no. No not. A damien sa. No not. No not. Scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu who se malaria wa wumujum ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensearch na malaria no daso wo hwa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Junior, your school bus will soon get here. Hurry up.
Mommy, my head is aching me and I'm feeling cold. Honey, Junior's temperature is too high and he feels feverish.
Oh, baby. So you didn't give him the Encamol paracetamol syrup that I gave you the last time?
Oh, no, I forgot.
Okay, you know what? It's not too late. Just give him Encamol and he'll be fine in no time. Encamol paracetamol syrup, a strawberry-flavored paracetamol syrup, and it's specially made for children aged 3 months to 12 years. It helps manage pain like headaches, teething pain, and fever. And guess what? Because of the strawberry flavor, the kids enjoy taking it.
I can tell from the way he's licking his lips. And look at how he's jumping around. Hurry up and go to school, Junior.
Yes, now you can get Encamol paracetamol syrup in all pharmacy shops. For bulk purchase, go to NK Pharma head office, Abelinkwe, or call 050-658-8315. This advert is FDA approved.
The National Service season is here again. The National Service Authority, the NSA, is requesting all private corporate organizations and interested entities that wish to host National Service personnel for the 2025-2026 service year to put in a formal request to the authority in line with the government's plan to empower individual businesses, SMEs, local and international companies in Ghana. This year's postings are private private sector focused. Organizations are required to state in writing the number of service personnel required and the desired academic qualifications. All requests must be written on official letterhead, must indicate the organization's official address, email, phone numbers, and location. Submission channels are the web and email submissions. Requests must be submitted electronically via email to request@nss.gov.gh or www.myflair.africa. Also, physical submissions. Letters should be addressed to Deployment Unit, National Service Authority Secretariat, 46 Patrice Lumumba Street, Airport Residential Area, Accra, Ghana. Special requests or meetings. Agencies with special needs or requests for meetings are advised to contact the NSA Secretariat. Please send your request for a meeting to deployment@nss.gov.gh. All requests must reach the NSA Secretariat on or before 30th July 2025. The National Service Authority. Innovative deployment, developing prospects for the future.
In Ghana today, the workforce is changing. That's why the Design and Technology Institute, DTI, is admitting youth who are 16 to 27 years old. As Ghana's first privately owned TVET institution, DTI is offering cutting-edge training to help you develop new skills to meet today's industrial demands. If you are a recent SSS or university graduate or an applicant looking for relevant career prospects, DTI lets you choose precision welding and fabrication, design innovation, entrepreneurship, and other exciting programs. DTI's unique competency-based curriculum focuses on practical skills and problem solving, ensuring that you graduate prepared to tackle real-world challenges. For more information, visit dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534. You can also pick up application forms at our campus in Mimpasem, East Legon. DTI, wired for jobs.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to Spintex Plaza, where living and working blend seamlessly.
Spintex Plaza, the place to be. Furnished apartments feel so free.
Imagine coming home to a luxurious furnished apartment with everything you need.
Rooftop pool, swim under the sky. Rooftop bar where the good times fly. Rooftop gym, get fit and strong. Spintex Plaza, you can't go wrong.
Spintex Plaza, your home, your work, your lifestyle. Come see us today or call us on 0241 327 363. www.spintexplaza.net. Building or renovating? Look no further. At Interface Limited, we have everything you need to create stunning spaces.
Transform your interiors with our top quality plasterboards, acoustic ceilings, and cement boards.
Step into style with our exquisite laminate and engineered floors. And for your data centers, durable raised access floors.
Elevate your outdoor spaces with our WPC decking and fencing.
Protect your home with our beautiful and reliable roof shingles, insulation, canopies, and PVC fascia boards.
Add a touch of elegance with our beautiful POP cornices and roses.
Quality, affordability, and style all in one place. Building a better Ghana, one space at a time. Visit www.interfacelimited.net or call 0274 999 999.
Mode, midday, anti won kana me wo. Mode, midday, mini obi aji se wa. Mode, midday, Mati won't kind of me more. Mode, midday.
Keep it flowing, I like it flowing how it goes. Whatever you do, keep it flowing. Yo, my lord, keep it flowing. He's a team, he's a team. Baby, call me when you want me. If you ain't coming, I'm gonna be cool like that.
Manti wonka na mi wo, ya na bribi ya ya. Manti wonka na mi wo, say ya na bribi ya ya. Wara ya hey, osu ni ya bin kwana ya. Wara ya osu ni ya mere huwe. Ashe me grana, sente sunkwana ntiwai, ntina takemedi ya bobo. Minumunsia, mi didi renso anekamuja. Baby, I will be a mommy to go. I'm a two gonna be. Baby, I will be a mommy to go. Get away. I'm a two gonna be. Mode, midday. My tea won't gonna be. Mode, midday. Me new be a diesel. Mode, midday. My tea won't gonna be. Mode, midday. Me new be a diesel.
I'm on the I'm a make any so I dare say not try your papa ever hard. It think are your friend in Bema and I say him dini bar power quantity baby I'm a one and until I dream you know me be say me try say yeah when I'm back me no pay no pay any me touch him for any bro me at all baby man to work on me
me chichi sa atasi bi ya me chichi sa ama say some boy ya and for whom you hear me deep, you see, Yana, yes, rest. Yana, be see my body, you can't hear birthday
And it's live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. You know, I told you that our friends from the Ghana Revenue Authority were going to be joining us, and already I see many of you sending questions. Just relax. We're going to be having a conversation about the modified taxation scheme, and this morning we've been joined by Opoku Efri-Asante, who is member of the Modified Taxation Project and Principal Revenue Officer at the Ghana Revenue Authority, and Theophilus Ehun, who is a member of the Modified Taxation Project and also a Principal Revenue Officer. Good morning, Opoku. Good morning, Theophilus. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having us.
I believe you're doing very well.
Very well.
God is keeping us. Collection of taxes are going on well. It's going on well.
Yes, hopefully we meet our targets by the end of the year.
You've been meeting your target for some time now, so it looks like it's a given these days, you know.
We try our best.
It is not a given. It goes with a lot of hard work. And then we always struggle actually to meet our targets.
Oh, okay. So then you're doing very well.
So it is not a given.
Okay. Well, let's get into the conversation, and let's start off by understanding what the modified taxation scheme is all about before we get into what it seeks to achieve. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, and a good morning to all your audience. Greetings from the Ghana Revenue Authority, from our Commissioner General to all Ghanaians. First, we always thank Ghanaians for keeping the GRA in business. If Ghanaians are not there, businesses are not there, we are unable to collect the revenue that is needed for the development of the state. When we refer to modified taxation, it is part of the Income Tax Act that was passed in 2015, and then it became effective in 2016, which we have been administering over the past 8 to 9 years. Simply, modified taxation is a very simplified way of taxing individuals who are in business, who are resident in Ghana and are operating businesses. It is a departure from the standard way of taxing individuals. We have come up with very simplified returns, also very simplified way of determining your income and then also ascertaining your taxes. So when we refer to modified taxation,
so what is the target? What do you seek to achieve? Whom are you targeting under the modified taxation scheme? First of all, then I'll get to why you say it's simple.
We know the informal sector in Ghana constitutes about 60 to maybe 70% of the population what this means is that anyone doing business within that sector needs to also contribute their quota by way of taxes for the development of the nation. So what we are looking at is bringing those participants conducting business in the informal sector into the tax net. So in the informal sector, we have people like barbers, beauticians, electricians, and people, all manner of people in the artisan space. So the aim is to just bring them into the tax net so that we broaden the tax base. We've always been talking about broadening the tax net or broadening the tax base. But have we been able to achieve that? And then how do we intend to achieve that? We need to bring all these people into that space to be able to tax them.
I'm interested in the how, now that you've talked about it. So you've talked about the barbers, and how are they going to be paying this tax? First of all, is this a new tax?
No, this is not a new tax.
Okay.
So for an individual like you and I who are in an employment, you pay your taxes. So your employer would have deducted your PAYE, and then at the end of the year, you file your personal income tax. For those who are in the informal sector, rather than paying the regular personal income tax, they would have been paying the taxes with respect to the modified taxation. So there are 3 stages within the modified taxation or categories. So you have the presumptive tax based on installment. So for those who fall within this category, they would be paying a fixed amount. So for example,
before we get into those who fall within categories, okay, let's say I am a barber. How are you first of all going to get me to pay this tax?
Okay, let me come in. First and foremost, maybe to make it more clearer, it is not a new tax, as my colleague mentioned. The barbers, as we refer to, are already paying. We have what we call the tax stamp, where we give stickers and it's affixed on the premises of businesses that have complied by way of paying the taxes. We were doing the legwork as January, where officers are on the field, identify businesses, approach them, and then the businesses also comply by paying. So it's something that we have been doing, but there is a new approach, and that is what you are asking. How are we going to do it this time around?
Yes.
We are going to use technology. I'll let Opoku come in.
Yes, we'll come in, and I follow up with my next question.
Yeah, so what we've currently done is that, so number one, we identify them based on their location, and then we make payment of the taxes very, very simple. So for example, those who fall within that bracket, as I mentioned, if you have to pay 25 cedis, all you need to do is the GRA will provide you a platform, a USSD short code, and then you dial that short code. You provide maybe your Ghana card information, your phone number, and then boom, you just pay your tax. And that tax is being paid every quarter. So you would have paid it 4 times in a year. And then we've also made it very flexible. You can also pay upfront. You can pay for the entire year. So if you are paying 25 cedis, you pay 100 cedis for the year, and then you are good to go. So that's how we are looking at implementing it.
Okay, so let's get into the categories, and at least that will give us an indication of how much and what is happening. Tell us about the categories.
So there are 3 categories. We have the presumptive tax based on installment. We'll talk about that. Then we have the presumptive tax based on turnover, and then the modified cash basis. So for the installments, they pay a fixed amount. So we have 25 cedis, 35 cedis, and then 45 cedis. But the question is, how do we determine who fits into what within the presumptive tax based on installment? So for anyone whose turnover is not more than 20,000 cedis, Ghana cedis, you fall within the presumptive tax based on installment. Now, within the installment, there are 3 layers. That's the 25 cedis, the 35, and then the 45. So if you have a turnover from 5,881 to 10,000, you pay, that's your annual turnover or sales, let me put it that way. And from 5,881 to 10,000 Ghana cedis, then you pay 25 Ghana cedis. If your turnover or sales is between 10,001 to 15,000, then you pay 35 Ghana cedis. And if it's from 15,001 Ghana cedis to 20,000, then you pay 45 Ghana cedis. So that then brings, into the fray those who are supposed to, or those who qualify to be under the presumptive tax based on installments. Then we have based on turnover.
Okay.
The based on turnover is if your sales or your turnover is more than the 20,000, but not exceeding 500,000 Ghana cedis, then you fall within the presumptive tax based on turnover. And then the rate we apply is 3% of your turnover. And then we have the modified cash basis. I'll let Theophilus talk more about, throw more light on both the turnover and then the modified cash basis.
Please go ahead, Theophilus.
Okay, thank you very much, Opoku. So with the presumptive tax based on turnover, it is what some refer to as the flat rate tax regime. Whatever your earnings are, some call it sales, some call it income. Once you are in business, whatever your earnings are, at the end of the period, you apply 3%, and then you are good to go. You account to the GRA, and you have no tax business with the GRA. Then when we move to the modified cash basis, if you look at the literal meaning of the word modified cash basis, the normal cash accounting, which we know when incomes are recognized when they are received.
Yeah.
If you don't have the money, you have not received it under cash accounting. And expenses are also recognized when they are actually incurred.
Yeah.
If you have not spent the money, you don't write in your books for the normal cash accounting. With the modified cash basis, there are some changes where, per the tax law, some expenses are allowed. We call it allowable expenditure. But under the modified cash basis, they have been relaxed. So treatment of something we call exchange losses, foreign exchange losses, under the modified cash basis, it has been relaxed. If you come under that regime, we do not expect you to be involved in complex transactions. So the law says that do not engage yourself in such deductions. Again, also we have something we call the carryover losses. If you have run into some losses in previous years, where the law permits you that you can carry over that loss into subsequent years. If you are under that regime, which in the eyes of the law sees you as somebody engaged in simple business, the law doesn't also permit you to also carry over those losses. If anybody is in the business category and then under modified cash, but your transactions are complex, then you move on to the standard way of accounting. Then we generally we are aware that at least you know what you are about and you are able to compute your taxes correctly. So that is the difference in the various categories.
Okay. So, I mean, it looks very simple, all the things that you've explained to us. But how do I, first of all, get to make these payments? Do I need to register with the GRA? Or I just could say, okay, I earn this and you give me a code and I just put in my Ghana card and I decide that this is the amount I want to pay?
Yes. So there are channels that you can onboard or register. So the GRA by next month will be launching the modified taxation system. So once the system is launched or it's rolled out, it will be available on the App Store, iOS. It will also be available on Play Store. For those who are unable to use these, services on their smartphones to self-onboard or self-register, they can also come to the GRA office and then the registration will be done there. The registration requirements are very, very simple. You just need about 4 data points, let me put it that way. So your Ghana card PIN, you don't need to provide your name because once you provide your Ghana card PIN, the rest of the information can be collected. Your phone number, an active phone number that you are using, and also your turnover, right? So once you are able to provide these information to the GRA officer, you will be registered, and then you would now know which particular category you fall under. You would receive an SMS or an email if you do have, that will notify you of what you are supposed to pay or the amounts that is payable to the GRA, and then basically you can take it up from there.
Okay. Then let me also additionally, we have also engaged associations. You pick GUTA, the Chamber of Indigenous Ghanaian Businesses. We've had meetings with them, and there will be group registration at the level of the association also, where we have also developed apps that will be used by these associations to onboard their members. So basically what we are doing is that we want businessmen and women to be in the comfort of their business environment and be able to onboard, register, and contribute their quota to nation development.
Okay, so you've done these group conversations, so they would register as in groups, they will facilitate the registration.
Correct.
But beyond that, when it is launched, the individuals will then have to get onto it.
Right. Right.
And say, how do they get onto it again?
Yeah, so they can either download the app, the MTS Taxpayers app on iOS or the Play Store, Google Play Store. And also they can go through their trade associations, give the information to the trade associations. The trade associations will then share that information with GRA so that we can do the registration, or they can simply walk to any GRA office close to them to also complete the registration process. Following which, you'll be able to access the platform and then receive notices and information as to what you are supposed to pay and when you are supposed to pay those taxes.
Great. So, I mean, help us understand. I mean, some people actually may argue, who are those who qualify under these? People are always looking for avenues to say, I don't qualify. So help us understand those who qualify and those who must get under the scheme.
Okay. Thank you. For the qualification, one, it is for individuals. So if you are a corporate body, you are not under the scope of modified taxation. Now, for the individuals also, it is for individuals who are in business. So if you are an individual and you are an employee, you are also not under this category. Then also, that individual, for tax purposes, we say should be resident in Ghana. And by residency, meaning that you should be living in Ghana for a continuous period of 182 days. Then we know that you are resident in the country for tax purposes. And so your income solely from business, you are an individual and you are doing the business in Ghana.
So what happens, for instance, if I'm excluded, but then I decide to apply? Maybe I'm excluded based on the explanations you've given. Can I still go ahead and say I want to apply, or what happens if I apply for it?
Okay. For application, we will not sit here and say no one should apply, but there are conditions to be fulfilled for you to qualify under the modified taxation scheme or be moved onto the standard scheme. So we are going to go with these conditions that have been prescribed by the income tax law. If you so qualify, we put you under. If you do not qualify also, we move you onto the standard regime. But the good thing is that we have our officers on standby to educate and also support anybody who comes onto this scheme. So once you apply to register, we will go through the conditions. If you qualify, we keep you there. If you don't also, because it is your civic duty to pay taxes, we will put you in the right regime that will also help you to pay your taxes.
I mean, help us understand how the filing of taxes under the modified taxation scheme works. How does it work?
So we've also simplified the process of filing. We know that at the end of the year, within 4 months after the end of the year, you are supposed to file your taxes. For modified taxation, it's very, very simple. All you need, the information you need, as I mentioned earlier on, your Ghana card information, your turnover, then you confirm some information with GRA. So maybe you dial a short code. We tell you that, is this the amount you made? And then we ask you, did you pay this tax? And then yes, no. You click on submit and then you are good to go. Comparing it with what we currently have, the personal income tax return. If you should look at that return, you realize that there's a lot of information in there that you need to complete. But under the modified taxation regime, it is not the same. You simply just submit about 4 data points, and then you are good to go. Either via the USSD that I mentioned, or you go through the mobile app route, so that you can just submit your return.
All right, this morning we're joined by Opokwe Friyas, who is member of the Modified Taxation Project and Principal Revenue Officer of the Ghana Revenue Authority. And then Theophilus Ehun is also a member of the Modified Taxation Project and Principal Revenue Officer at the GRA. So we are talking about, the presumptive taxation in installments instead of every quarter, 25, 25, 35, 45. Is that an indication that for all these, categories, I can pay in installments?
Yes. As prescribed by the tax laws, taxes are paid quarterly and then by installments. There are instances where we have been asked as GRA, if the person is owing, is unable to pay, can he come and make some arrangement with GRA to settle them over a period of time? Yes, for modified taxation, we do not envisage such arrangements coming up. But once they come up, the tax laws permit. So if you are unable to pay, especially those who are on the turnover, 3%, if for some reasons you are unable to pay, which the GRA we don't envisage, but if for some reasons you are unable to pay, we will spread the taxes over a period of time, and then you will settle them.
There's one more thing that we want to also touch on that has to do with vehicle income tax. They are also part of the modified taxation scheme. However, these turnover bans that we've talked about do not apply to them. So in the Income Tax Act or the LI 2244, we are still sticking by the rates that they are currently paying. So for taxi drivers, 12 cedis a quarter. So that is still applicable, although they still form part of the modified taxation scheme. It is important to point that out. Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to say finally, Theophilus, to particularly those who would have to register and why they have to register?
Okay. So before the final, my final words, per the Income Tax Act, GRA is the creation of an act of parliament, so mostly everything we do is reference to the law. Distinguishing between persons or individuals who will qualify under the presumptive tax by turnover and those who will be moved on to the next category, which we call the modified cash basis, as I've explained, there are some exclusions. So in the wisdom of our law framers, a person an individual who has more than one business outlet is seen as somebody who is actually doing some self-accounting or some branch reconciliation. So for such a person, though your turnover would be within the 3% flat rate, you will be moved on to the modified cash basis for you to do that basic accounting to the GRA. Also, if you have more than one business line, so you are running transport and you're also running pure water business, the law also sees you as somebody who is a bit responsible, can do some basic accounting entries. So you also move on to the modified cash basis. For professionals, you and I, as individuals, we are not permitted to be under the 3% turnover. Then also the law also prescribes that persons or individuals who are in business of high profit turnover, for those individuals also, though your income may be within the 20,000 to 500,000, you will not apply the 3% flat rate on you, but we will move you onto the modified cash basis. So these are some exclusions that are applicable in law. But with my final words to Ghanaians, first, we thank Ghanaians for the cooperation that we are receiving. The GRA over the years we've also been changing our brand and then our approach of always applying the stake. I think most Ghanaians would attest that we have embraced digitalization. We have reduced our enforcement, though we do it, but we have reduced our enforcement and we have become more friendly with the tax-paying population. So we encourage all citizens to continue to pay their taxes, small or big. There's equity. What you earn is what you pay. Okay. And the GRA also striving with our motto to be fair to everybody. Our doors are open. What we are doing currently is giving information on the rebirth of the modified taxation implementation. We will move on to the education part of our campaign, communication campaign, and the final part will be the support. Okay. So I want to thank you also for the audience.
Thank you. Poku, finally.
Yeah, so what I also want to add to that is that GRA has also begun having conversations with the ministry as to what kind of incentives can we put in place to get people to want to voluntarily register. So, for example, we are exploring having a portion of the tax that you pay under the modified taxation regime go to your pension, so that at the end of your active service you can also access those funds. So these are some countries have done it, and they've linked the registration to some facilities. So for example, if you want to go and take a loan, you have to be regularized or in that regard. So these are some of the things that we are exploring, and we believe that once we put those incentive regime in place, it will also help citizens or those who fall within this category to also voluntarily register, which will also go a long way to help the nation. So that's what I would add to it. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you very much. Opokwe Free Asante, member of the Modified Taxation Project and Principal Revenue Officer of the Ghana Revenue Authority, and to you, Theophilus Ehun, who is also a member of the Modified Taxation Project and also a Principal Revenue Officer of the Ghana Revenue Authority. So, folks, you know what to do, okay, if you fall under all the things we've talked about. Contribute your quota to the development of this nation so that the GRA can exceed their target. The next year will increase the targets. It means more money for the development of this country. We all crave development.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's do that. Stay with us when we return after these messages. We read a lot of your messages here on the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
Samsung Kick-Up promo is here. The more the city appreciates, the more we reduce the prices. Double price drop on Samsung LED FHD Smart TVs, UHD Smart 4K TVs, QLED Flat 4K, QLED 8K Neo TVs, and OLED TVs. Deal breaker alert! Buy Samsung OLED 65, 77, or 83 inches and get a free projector plus a whooping discount. Samsung Duracool top and bottom mounted fridge at amazing deals that you don't want to miss. Buy a Samsung 1.5, 2.0 or 2.5 R40 inverter AC and get a free Wi-Fi breaker. Buy bespoke 4-door refrigerator and get a free glass panel. Buy 7 kg, 8 kg and 13 kg Samsung front and top load washing machines for exciting discounts that will make you smile. Rush to Electroland showrooms and authorized dealers across Ghana. Call 050-315-9739. Samsung Kick-Off promo. It's a goal for savings. Electroland City are picky, meaning another gargantuan price drop on top of all our existing discounts on Samsung, TCL, Media, and Nasco Electronics. This not double promotion against the dollar. Sosket! The minute the city appreciates with even a single digit, we continue to reduce prices. If the dollar drops today, we will reduce again today. Rush to our showrooms and authorized resellers across Ghana and pick your picky appliances now. Call 050-315-9739 for further information. Electroland, home of luxury and affordable appliances.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Ladies and gentlemen of corporate Ghana, the moment is finally here with us. Yes, it's the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament 2025 happening at the University of Ghana Stadium on August 9, 2025. You know what to do already, don't you? Just call 7 on 0540-106-466 to register and be a part of this amazing experience full of great competition, wonderful networking, or what will be the honors to bragging rights for 1 full year. The Joy Sports Invitational Tournament is put together by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game. So which trophy are you taking back to your office? CEO's penalty shootout, male soccer, female penalty shootout, table tennis, unisex relay, lawn tennis, unisex basketball, unisex sack race, tug of peace, arm wrestling, the 5-kilometer race walk, masters 50-meter dash, unisex lime and spoon relay, and swimming. Well, the ball is in your court. We look forward to seeing you, and just make sure that your corporate institution answers the roll call on August 9, 2025 at the University of Ghana Stadium. It's the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament 2025 put together by Joy Sports, the thrill of the game.
Every mosquito study run away. Oh, come on, tom preko. Saso, mi se come tom preko. Oh, come on, tom preko. Saso, come tom preko. Nani sham ne die e demo stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
Nana hiniemu. Back to the game. But rather come them. Asemwa esie.
Grr pantampan, Yakura, Wakia, and from Patere, me young Kekira, what a pepper, a woman is called Yang, and you cooperate. Oh, Messania, the chicken, VI, critically, Kamena, we are seeing Maywood, Akampata, what we are Kalapati, from Fue, Yachum, Fia, Pirania, Brian, from Tete, Assembly Party, and it was the other Polio, and you walk in a kind, for Siabate, Soga, Anka is a winning, Okuafu, so she got
coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Namakafete, Unimi Bomb Punim Pua Goganio, because when you take a certain trickers, and you do can I go and say, and go see any body, a gravelly at the year, and I want Yakin, and as you go through, Rabbi Fogoti, Rabbi Topica, Oh, yeah, stop it. Opayan 20 ambete, Gabatepe, when in Sadia, you're Kina David, like a Saharan.
Nana hiniemu. Back to the game. But rather come them. Asemwa esie. MCIA. I am very afraid. Therefore, my Wanyiko.
Maiko, Manepo, Majen Shishanke Tattoo. Tiny, Imbami, Alote Hashia, where Jaudule, Wamaneto, Bamajata, Logole, Chopela, Foya, Fambang, Loa Pocha, Kaklon Topo, Inshele, what of your banner, Nakele, Nikawanecha, Kagumoduade, Chalon Tebo type of Fionke Somo. When I go Nunwe, in a boyole, Obomosanu Mone, Mia Juhefo, Anakobu, Okakobu, Luwa, Haka Basashi Mokochebo Bay, Minabo Chingon Photo Bay Bemi, Minabo Sini, Kakola Chop, Tomako Chichapo, Ye Watch Up, Le Paye Logi, Amocho, Olemintolo Mape, they are the Mungo, wow, Nekwa, Kamungo, Kadun Simakwadu, Miana.
I like this one. Are you cool, Charlie? Those days, execution diaries. But you know, I think that Tiny has dropped a new single. I'm sure
he has.
He has.
When?
Yes. Oh, I've heard it, and it looks like his style, the same style. You know, these days, Charlie.
The same old Makola Kwaku
Charlie, these days, the boys are grooving to a lot of singing, flexing with the rap and everything. Charlie, you need a very good chorus. You need the guys to help you. I mean, I don't know why our old guys don't understand. He needs the young boys to help you. He must help you, Charlie. When you feature them, Charlie, I mean, you know.
But that ringtone remix there, Charlie, you be dead me.
Sawara. Listen. Are you aware that he was also a prefect in secondary school?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes. I'm told he was Danny Hall prefect. That is disputing. But
no wonder you can tell in his songs. Yeah, that was,
but look,
a champion.
A lot of you are sending your messages, reading your messages shortly. But I think last night I got a call about the Kukrubiti Road. I am told it's also in a very deplorable state. We'll talk about that shortly.
Yes,
but look,
there's somebody also telling us about the Ashaliboche Highways Road. You know, I used to live in that area when they started constructing the road some time ago. And back then I said that road would not last. Because your road would last if the sub-base or the foundation of the road is laid right. It wasn't done well.
We'll get back to that, but Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one supplier of quality office essentials, equipment, and furniture at affordable prices, is introduced an online store for your shopping convenience. This means you can now shop by simply logging on to kingdomstoreonline.com without physically coming to any of their branches. It's hassle-free, and they will arrange delivery to your home and office within a reasonable time. And they offer free delivery within Accra and Tema and accept payment via Momo across all networks. Terms and conditions are applied at Kingdom. Quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And the MTN Ejumapa bundle is just made for you. If you're a woman listening to me, you've started building your business is growing, you need to scale up, you need to get the MTN Ejumapa bundle. It's more than a bundle, it's your new business bestie. They give you special data and call bundles, so you stay connected to your customers, suppliers, and everything that helps your hustle grow. And there's more. The Jumapa bundle also comes with insurance benefits to help protect the business that you've worked so hard to build. It's time to level up, scale up, and shine brighter than ever with MTN Ejumapa. Dial star 5060 hash to grab your Ejumapa bundle, and let's get to work on your success story together. MTN Ejumapa, powering women in business.
So aside the NPP's National Delegates Conference, we're also looking forward to the Joy Sports Invitational Tournaments, because it's also happening at the same venue, right? The University of Ghana Stadium, Legon. So it's back, and the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament is returning with lots of thrilling disciplines on Saturday, 9th of August 2025 at the University of Ghana Stadium, Legon. Get ready for a day packed with some corporate sports action. So this year we've got it all, from swimming, table tennis, 5-kilometer race walk, we have the 50-meter dash and CEO's penalty. We have football, mixed relays, volleyball, and also draught, and so much more. So for registration, just get in touch with us, 0540 106 466, or visit Joy FM's front desk. You get much more information on the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. Mark your calendars again, 9th of August at the Legon Sports Stadium, Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. We say play for peace.
So welcome to the future of mobility in Ghana at Drive EV GH. We are not just selling electric cars, we're launching a movement. All electric, all style, zero fuel, zero noise. And I can testify to this. Cut your transport costs by up to 70%. That's right. No more oil changes, engine repairs, or long queues at gas stations. Drive now, pay later, no deposit, no excuses. Thanks to amazing bank partners, you get instant approval, great interest rates, and super flexible terms. Want that luxury electric vehicle? It's yours today. And when it's time to recharge, we've got you covered with X-Charge EV, a blazing, fast, smart charging network, fully self-serve, app-enabled, and growing fast across Ghana. So whether you're a smart driver, a forward-thinking business, or someone chasing sustainability goals and SDG success, this is your moment. So are you ready to ride the revolution? Drive EV GH, Ghana's #1 electric car company. Visit our showroom at Burma Hill off Mahama Road. For enquiries, call 0596 513056 or 059 9799191. Drive EV GH. Drive into
and speaking about future. EV, Winston, it appears they are supporting this year's Joy News Habitat Fair.
Yes.
That's right, because in every community, the skyline is dotted with uncompleted buildings. Some at the foundation level, others at the roofing level. So every one actually tells you a story, a dream, a home in the making, because home ownership remains one of humanity's greatest desires. So whether you're on that journey and wherever it is that you're on, at which level that you find yourself, whether you're breaking ground, building up, or simply finishing your space, the EcoBank Join Use Habitat Fair is designed with you in mind. So join us from Friday, July 25 to Sunday, the 27th of July at the EcoBank branch, Tema Community 7. Traffic lights for the EcoBank Join Use Habitat Fair Second Clinic for 2025. So let's help you turn home ownership, that dream, into a lived reality. And the EcoBank Join Use Habitat Fair 2025 is powered by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and brought to you by Drive EVGH. Drive into a sustainable future, and everybody is looking forward to that EV experience.
If I get that car, I'll drive to Kumasi.
I see.
And I'll stay at the Oak Plaza in Kumasi. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, there's so many companies also supporting this year. We have Virtual Security Africa, Safety and Home Solutions. We have Superlock Technologies, DPS Pipes, Elegant Homes and General Construction Limited. Gold Key Properties is also on board. Ayuda is here. Special Gardens, DBS Industries Limited. Doormasters, Lesh Fortune Limited. Landlock Africa, landlordafrica.com. Then we have the Builders Market, Right House Energy Limited, and the Syntex Tank is here. Interplus, Urban Security, Clifton Homes, and Western Villa. So the EcoBank Join Use Habitat Fair 2025, we say dream it, own it, and live it.
And if you want to live in Kumasi and enjoy, you need to sleep at the Oak Plaza Suites. It's your ideal destination for business, funeral, leisure in Osekrom. Once you land at the airport, within about 15-20 minutes, if there is no traffic, you should be there. If you are driving, you get to Tech Junction, you get to Anloga Junction, you take a left on the Anloga Junction, Asuka Highway. It takes you straight to the Oak Plaza Suites, and that's where you get to enjoy. I have a feeling
you had a great experience there. So
I lived in Kumasi for years, right? So I saw it coming up. I've been there for business. I've been there as a guest, right? Since I moved to Accra, and the experiences have always been perfect. And it's in a great location. Trust me. Great. Where it is, you have access to the CBD, Asokwa, the industrial area. You have access to everything important within the city.
You know that too well.
Yes. So go to Oak Plaza Suites in Kumasi in Asokwa.
Kojo.
If you want comfort, convenience, and quality, they have spacious rooms, swimming pools, conferencing facilities. They also provide airport pickups and valet services. So if you want to book, call 050-716-8268, 050-716-8268, or you visit oakplazahotel.com or send them an email, oaksuitesrest@oakplazahotel.com. And there's a message for you, Winston. Yao says that the University Junction at Kwabenya has two universities, Applied Management University and KNUST Accra City Campus, but the road is very terrible, and students plying that road to school on weekends struggle to get to school. This is Yao in Accra. And Ashesi University is also one of our best universities, right? And they also have a very terrible road leading to Ashesi. But that doesn't prevent us from going to Ashesi for some of the best programs in the whole country and even in Africa. Now, they are expanding access, and they've added new undergraduate programs and master's programs. Now, Ashesi has introduced a 2 intake admission system for undergraduate applicants, so students can start their studies in either a September cohort or a January cohort. It's all part of a goal to welcome more bright minds into the Ashesi community. Remember, applications for both intakes are currently ongoing. Learn more at ashesi.edu.gh. And Kovi, I've been to Ashesi several times.
Before you continue, let me tell you
and
something. That road is terrible. I know. Another bad road.
And all the times I was there were big politicians in this government and the previous government who promised that they will get that Ketasi Domi road fixed.
And they have houses there too. Have you ever thought about what true convenience means? Well, let's keep it simple, because convenience is finding easy solutions to everyday hassles. And speaking of easy solutions, I'm sure you've heard about M-Care from MTN and MedPharma. Well, that's convenient healthcare for everyone. Let's face it, being sick is no fun, and neither is waiting in long queues for healthcare. But with M-Care, all that hassle disappears. With the silver and gold packages, you get to choose between 10 Ghana cedis or 161 Ghana cedis per month and enjoy access to a doctor anytime, anywhere, and an efficient e-pharmacy with medication delivered to your doorstep. And guess what? It comes with life insurance cover for hospitalization and death, and health insurance depending on your package. Unbelievable, right? Now I ask, what's more convenient than this? Download the MedPharma app to sign up to the silver or gold package today. Because you're talking about roads and all the concern about roads, let's just listen to the roads minister, Kwame Governs Agboja.
I also want to bring to the attention of the public what we came to inherit. At the time of transition, we are told that majority of road contractors were actually off-site, simply because they did some work, raised certificates, and were not paid. Some of them as far back as 2018, their certificates were not honored. And so whilst they borrowed money, put in the work, and were not paid, it was not feasible for them to continue to work. At the time of transition, we are told that the amount of money owed contractors is about 21 billion Ghana cedi. So you can imagine the scale of the problem we have in terms of why contractors are not on site. At the same time, government has contracted works to the tune of over 100 billion Ghana cedis. So it is no difficult to see why we have so many construction sites dotted around the country with contractors physically not on site. I personally don't believe contractors vacate sites simply because, or majority because they don't want to work. That is not the case. In many of the cases, they are not on site because they've worked and not been paid. Though there's evidence that some contractors also got job and never turned up on site to even do the work at all. What have we done since then? You will notice that we have gone around the country, visited contractors and encouraged them to work. And I must take the opportunity to thank all those contractors that, though we owe them money, have gone back to site, and as I speak, some of them continue to work. And I must also say that on daily basis, we get distress calls from across the country of roads that have been cut off by rain, have been washed off, and we constantly, day and night, call upon very patriotic contractors who have gone in there to remedy some of these challenges without any fanfare at all. Now, we are at a stage where we needed to have a strategy as to how we address the debt that we have at the ministry, deal with how we complete the ongoing projects, and also address the issues of what the NDC promised during the electioneering campaign in line with the National Development Planning Framework, our manifesto, and the aspirations of Ghanaians, and the general health of the economy. What have we done since? We have tasked a group in the ministry to review the project portfolio, the over 100 billion cedi project portfolio. I must say that the preliminary report I have based on that suggests that we can actually take off a number of those projects off the portfolio simply because some projects awarded in 2015, 2016, 2017, and the contractors never turned up on site. In 2025, those projects couldn't have been regarded as projects still active. So we can take them off, repackage them, and see the way forward in terms of re-engaging new contractors. We have also done some work together with Ministry of Finance to clarify the 21 billion that we owe contractors, how we are going to pay that. And you notice the finance minister during the budget suggested that the auditor general was vetting some of the claims made by contractors. I am aware that the road section of the auditor general's work is largely complete now, and that is why the minister of finance is making preparations to commence retiring some of the debt we owe contractors. My brothers and sisters, we owe 21 billion billion Ghana cedi to road contractors. If you see the budget that was approved in Parliament, there's been an allocation for monies to retire arrears, old contractors, and then money set aside to do routine maintenance works.
Well, so that's our situation from the Roads Minister, Kwame Governs Agoja. It's a conversation we'll continue having.
Yeah.
We need our roads fixed, and so trust us that we won't let you down when it comes to the roads. Unfortunately, that's all time would allow us here on the Super Morning Show. On behalf of the team, led by Sami Odami, my name is Winston Amoah.
My name is Kojo, Akoto Boateng, and we have SP.
And I'm Blessed Sogah.
We leave you in the safe hands of DJ Wobete.